UFOs?
Need some advice, Rockhead. Make sure you get drunk or hit a stick of PCP over there.
Ooh, you saw alien?
Yeah. Light your blunts. Get your drinks. The show's about to begin. Welcome to the Cool Show. We got promoted the end of talking about the aliens. We talk about the crib. Talking about the game banging. Talk about the prison. Whatever's on the mind. We can start this new edition, the Goose Show. We got promoted in the building. Talk about the aliens, we talking about the crib. Talking about the game banging, talking about the prison. Whatever's on the mind, we can start this new edition.
You know, sitting back with my OG studio, thinking about back when, you know, the 90s. Coming up, cats really used to press up on you. Ask where you was from. No matter if you was from out of town or not. Better have said the right thing. Yeah, they used to be like,
where you from, Cash? You don't bang, Cash? Don't lie to me, my nigga. You look real familiar, Cash. Where your people stay at, my nigga? Take your shirt off, cuz. Let me see if you got any ink on you, my nigga. Your pants, too, cuz. I ain't no dummy. You might have a thigh tat. You from out of town, cuz? I heard that line before, my nigga. Vegas, huh, cuz? Well, do me a favor, cuz. Call your mama up, cuz.
What they call you, where you from, nigga? Looking at the legend I become, nigga. I can't help but feeling like I am the one, nigga. What they call you, where you from, nigga? What they call you, where you from, nigga? What they call you, where you from, nigga? I can't help but feeling like I am the one, nigga. One-way bus catching, blue line train riding west side with the young extras. These old rules came with no questions. Wrong to live by, but it's no exceptions. Was young and reckless with loaded weapons. It's code of ethics and self-destruction. When it's over, you left with nothing. This life ain't it, boy, better check the subtext or the fine print. Felt entitled to this fly shit. Felt like every bad bitch should be on my dick. Felt like niggas lied to us on some fraud shit. Fuck it, that's just how the ball bounce on some golf shit. Right here with all my brothers on some squad shit. All money, one nation under God shit. Neighborhood Nipsey Hustle on some boss shit. AKA nigga born broke, that'll die rich. What they call you, where you from, nigga? In my city, that was question number one, nigga. Looking at the legend I become, nigga. I can't help but feeling like I am the one, nigga. What they call you, where you from, nigga? What they call you, where you from, nigga? What they call you, where you from, nigga? Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rap. Last time that I checked, I was selling zones in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the hoes come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Nah, playing no games with you niggas. Pop clutch, switch lanes on you niggas. Nah, I laid down the game for you niggas. Taught you how to charge more than what they pay for you niggas. Own the whole thing for you niggas. Reinvest, double up, then explain for you niggas. It gotta be love. Run the city, it gotta be cuz. It's for the pieces I took off the Monopoly board. Yeah, y'all niggas false claims, it gotta be fraud. Just keep the hood up out your mouth and you gotta be charged. I doubled up, tripled up, nigga what? Banged on the whole game, I ain't give a fuck. Nobody tripping, handle business, got my digits up. And when I drop, you know I'm about to fuck the city up. Check. It was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rap. Last time that I checked, I was selling zones in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the hoes come next. Last time that I
Welcome to the Goob Show. I am Goob, promoting representation in this YouTube shit. Welcome everybody to stop by this evening, Taco Tuesday. Henny guys slick, what's good with your bro? For sure. Miss 702, how ironic y'all come back to back. Shout out to y'all. Michelle was good with you. Southside Compton, promoting the Compton Army. For sure. Andrew, Charles, appreciate you, man. Yeah, we got a good show here, man. We're gonna talk about a little shit. We're gonna talk about the mysterious death of a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Samuels and the 911 tape kind of sound a little fishy. I wish I didn't have her. If I'm dying like that, the way she was going, if she was a nurse. Get 'em Jank, what's good with you, my brother? Appreciate you coming through. Boxing conversation, Reggie Owens. Appreciate you, my nigga. My nigga that does the boxing commentary. I mean, they need to give you a contract somewhere. One of these new stations that come up, bro. You gonna get there. Keep doing what you're doing. Marlon Guest, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But further ado, I'm gonna bring the homie in. You know what I'm saying? Taco Tuesday with my homie Omar Bradley Jr. You know what I'm saying? We can get into more depths. I also got the video again I want to show about the weirdness, the mysterious light over in Hawaii. Um, that still was strange. And Omar wasn't here when I played the whole thing, so I want to get his little insight and commentary on the weird shit that was going on. Reggie Owens said I be cussing too much for the networks. Don't trip. They're gonna give you one of them like HBO. You know what I'm saying? They be cussing like hell on HBO, man. Showtime and all that shit, bro. Don't trip, man. Don't say because you cuss, just cut down your cussing. I cuss too much on here, but I'm monetized. I ain't monetized. So it really don't. I mean, I guess when I do get monetized and they go through these here videos or something, they ain't gonna monetize the videos. You know what I'm saying? I had to cut out some of the intros that I use and all that, man. But don't let that stop you, my nigga. You good. You good with what you do. Without further ado, it's good, my brother, Omar Bradley.
My brother,
Junior.
my brother. How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing all right, my man. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
you know, I'm a guest in the House of Crip. I'm a co-host here on Taco Tuesday, but I gotta be mindful that I'm a guest on the House of Crip, and I just want to say to you, my brother, my big brother, there's
You see,
been
that's
many
what.
times.
Hey, but listen, my,
Yeah,
go ahead, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm gonna let
Okay, I just want to say to everybody, when I call Goob my big brother, I mean he's my big brother, meaning uh it's been times where he's had to let me know when I'm out of line, and I take it on the chin.
my right now. I
I'm a
can hear.
happy civilian.
I guess he couldn't hear me. You couldn't hear me before, any guy?
Oh, he said he can hear you now. I heard you.
Oh, okay.
What's going on, Reggie Owens? I'm a
Bobby
happy
Z.
civilian.
I don't know what that means, my
That's
homie.
my little cousin right there, Bobby
Oh,
Z.
okay.
Bloop
Hey.
means he's popping in. He's plopping
Oh,
in.
okay.
Bloop, I'm
Hey.
here. That's what
Yeah.
he's saying.
You know,
And,
I
and,
know a
and
new person coming in, man.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And
Appreciate you stopping through, Bobby Z, man. Sit back. Hey, we're gonna
and
have a good conversation with me and my brother, man. You know what
so
I'm saying? My Pyru
listen,
brother.
like I say, uh, from it's a lot of things going on social media right now where a lot of people got one foot in the game, one foot out of the game. I'm a happy
Right.
civilian. When you choose a soldier's life, you forego civilian shit.
Right. Most definitely.
There's no way in hell, when you choose a soldier's life, banging is like the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. There's no way you getting deployed to Afghanistan shooting at insurgents shooting at you, and you go, oh, they shooting back. Let me put down my gun and go run to the police.
Yeah.
You a soldier.
Yeah.
When the insurgents are shooting at you, you supposed to shoot back. You don't put your gun down and say, I'm going to go tell. Especially when you started the war.
Look,
Now, I'm a
hey,
guest in the House of Crips, so I really can't say much. But what I can say is that
He said he was talking about the conduct of these older cats on the internet, and people wonder why the youth are so fucked up. Real shit, boxing conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, we not if our old ass, which a motherfucker told me, I feel sorry for the old nigga. Listen here, nigga, I'm 56. As much life I done been through and much shit that I survived, I don't want nobody to go through the same. I tell my son that all the time. Listen, my nigga, you not built for what I went through because I grew up in a different generation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When we get out there, you know everybody in the neighborhood. You know how you can move and get where you getting. These young, these youngers, you don't understand, homie. That penitentiary life is no life you want to see. You think you want to, homie? I'm telling you, you don't. You ain't gonna like that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing because you're gonna lose so much and then get out here and everything's gonna pass you by. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you got a chance of doing anything and you allow a nigga to put a key in your back to go do something with all these cameras, with all these niggas with all these civilians, with motherfucker, man, you just giving your
Gone
life
are the days. Gone are the days of pagers and payphones. Those days are
away.
gone.
Most
You know what I'm
definitely,
saying? They gone, and they're and I don't know how many of these young people could survive because I would imagine that they don't have the wherewithal to understand that back then you couldn't just hop out at any payphone. If you got a
nah,
page, you had to go to a payphone that was strategic to where you
yeah.
stay. That was a home-based safety zone payphone. There's
Now,
cameras, intersections, cameras
yeah,
at the ATM. You can't even rob the ATM machine. There's a camera at the ATM machine, in the
yeah,
ATM machine, and on the side of the ATM
it's
machine.
totally different. So when people
It's a
get, and
different
that's
ball
what I
game.
say, when people get on here and they want, a lot of niggas is seeming like they want to go back in history for some shit they didn't do. That shit is over with. You cannot relive your younger days, homie. Whatever I did in my time for my neighborhood, two S's and a V, homie, I can't go back and change none of that. It's over. I can't make myself bigger now that I'm 56 years old for what I was doing when I was 20 and 30 years old. You see
Right,
what I'm saying? Because I was an ignorant young nigga then. I'm an
right,
older trying to be wise nigga. But if I'm trying to relive that shit 20 or 30, then I'm an older dumb nigga.
right,
You see what I'm saying? Because I know
right,
goddamn well how I look at 56, my nigga. It's motherfuckers that look way motherfucking worse, my nigga. I love
right,
that I got to 56. Nigga, I'm trying to get to 60. I'm trying
right,
to get to my
right,
grandparents' age, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
right,
I ain't trying to be a tough motherfucker out here to stop my shit at 56. What the fuck?
right.
Nigga, I might as well go on and lay in the casket now. Nigga, throw some dirt on me.
But you know what? But let me just say this. We have always had people that didn't go to practice, didn't play in the game, and wanted the Letterman jacket.
Right,
In every hood, there's somebody that didn't run the lines, didn't run the bleachers, didn't put the work in, and they
right,
still wanted the varsity jacket. But only so many people could get the varsity jacket,
right,
or you gonna end up on the JV team. Don't it's sometimes at this point right now, I think it's time to start making people pull their varsity jacket out of their closet to show that they are who they say that they are, or that they are who they say that they were.
right. And
Because
see,
there's a
that's
whole lot of people out there saying they got varsity jackets and they was on the sophomore team. They did not make it to JV. They didn't
right,
make it to varsity, and they padding their stats. I got 50 tackles. No, you didn't. Your uniform was clean. Matter of fact, you was the towel boy.
right.
So it's time to get some people, hey man, show me your Letterman's jacket and prove that you who you say you was, because it's kids' lives at stake now. And for you to say this is what you did, you this, and this guy, You know what I mean? And then
What's
it
good
comes
with your
down to
FG Unleashed?
what's
Appreciate you
going on,
stopping
family.
through, homie.
You know, it's I'm this, and this guy, and we pulling your stats and we looking for your varsity jacket, and we find out that you didn't do none of the things that you said you did,
Right,
but you trying to put a youngster up to going and doing it.
right. You putting keys in these little niggas' backs,
That
man.
is a problem.
Yeah, man.
That's a problem. And the cold
Right,
part about it is the only people who knows generationally who has a varsity jacket is a person who was on that starting squad for that particular generation. Just like your squad ain't the first, but your first squad, they had the squabbles. Then your generation came with the gunplay. So nobody below you can tell you anything about who was in that starting lineup because everything they know is somebody else's version of history.
right,
Only the people who was actually in the trenches and on that particular team have an understanding of who got the letterman's jacket and who don't. And I
right. And
think the
see,
problem is we have too many people that's not stopping dudes saying, come on, man, you need to stop telling them stories. You don't have a varsity jacket. You actually telling one of the dead homie stories, and we gonna stop, nip this in the bud right here.
right,
But as we get older, those things are small potatoes to us. When you got bills to pay, when you got kids to raise, who actually did what is not as important as it was when you was out there actually doing it and people was keeping score.
right,
So we owe it to these younger individuals to say, that is not how you do this. This is not the way. This is not how this should be done. Because what they teach you in kindergarten is if you see somebody do wrong and you don't try to stop it, you just as guilty as the person doing wrong. Am I lying? Don't they teach you that in school when you first get
yeah,
it? If I see you doing something wrong and I'm like, he's about to get his head blowed off next month, I bet not say something, let him walk his own path.
right.
I don't want to walk with that guilt.
And you listen, and you learn that as a civilian kid when you in kindergarten. Now, when you get
Right.
in the gang banging era, you still have that all that right to tell if you got love for another nigga. You supposed to be able to tell that nigga, homie, you doing something wrong, cuz stop what you doing, homie, before it puts and does this here. But if a nigga gonna get kicked down for trying to speak his piece, homie, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. You see what I'm saying? But I got love. I'm a speak. It's been many times, like you say, we talk.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If I might be going through something in my time zone at that time, you tell me, hey, dude, man, chill here, do this here. And if you doing something, it's my right to tell you before I
Or we
let you
not really
crash out.
brothers.
Yeah, like I let you crash out and then say, man, I told, you know what I'm saying? No, nigga, you didn't tell me. If you would have told
Right.
me, nigga, I probably wouldn't have did it.
If we brothers, you supposed to say something to me. That's why we brothers.
Yeah,
And on that note, I just want to say this. I've been getting into a lot of debates about not talking to the police being gang culture. That is not gang culture. Black people have not talked to the police since the inception of police departments back in slavery. The Soul Patrol was comprised of the people that went out looking for the slaves that escaped. The Soul Patrol later morphed into the police department, where it wasn't nothing but Klansmen. The police department was one of the most segregated jobs you can get. They wouldn't even have black people on there. You had to be a family member that got in with a family member. You go watch them old movies. My daddy was a cop. My granddaddy was a cop. My great granddaddy was a cop.
right,
Our history with not talking to the police is we don't want to get another black person killed. Why would I tell you if I know that guy's not going to make it home?
right,
Why would I tell you if I just want this guy to get picked up as a civilian, if I just want this guy to get picked up, even right now in 2022, where we are getting shot just for getting pulled over by the police. Any encounter can be deadly.
Right.
Why in the hell, knowing that somebody can yell taser and not mean it,
Right.
and get away with shooting me? Why would I want that for another black man? That's the last thing that I want for another black man or black woman. If I understand that right now, you can get pulled over and murked by an officer, and they gonna get away with it 9 times out of 10. The last thing I want to do is get them involved, because I don't want. There's nothing that makes me want to be responsible for somebody else killing somebody that looks like me. And if you gotta beef that code that's between you and somebody else that's supposed to be your hood, I can't say Crippin ain't got nothing to do with it, but I can tell you for sure, Pyru ain't got nothing to do with it. If me and one of my homies is having an issue, I'm not gonna say on Pyru. And he better not say on Pyru, because Pyru don't have nothing to do with what me and you. We on some man shit now.
Hold on.
We on some man shit right now.
See, because I want to see.
I don't want to hear.
I mean, why you do that there, Viden? Why you do that there? Because I just seriously, you came in my shit to do that, like that though. For real, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I told you I told you over there, homie, you a civilian, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of shit, my brother.
So
honestly, homie, I accepted you over here and all that, but you gonna put that in there and come over here, nigga? Well, salute to the Goob channel, homie, in the chat, my nigga. I don't have no problems with Winter Circle, none of them. None of that, but you just came over here and did some disrespectful shit. Either you made a mistake, nigga, or you didn't. But you ain't got but one more time, my nigga.
So, point being, you know, we can't
always do that.
We can't we can't confuse grown man business with hood business. At a certain point in time, you got to handle your grown man business on your own. Remember playing with cousins as a kid in the 70s? If we saw a cop driving down the street, we would automatically
nigga get out the way. Nigga getting out the way.
But we had rules. Remember, you couldn't have four black men in the car at the same time. Couldn't be 4 of us. You immediately getting pulled over.
Right.
It better be 3, no more than 3, and you better have an extra car. But if it's 4 of you, that's an automatic pullover. But these are certain things.
Hey, you know what used to trip me out though back in the day? No, because the SA used to roll around in low riders, nigga, 4 deep, like a motherfucker. All the windows down in that motherfucker. Them niggas would hardly get pulled over. Let some niggas be rolling around in the Cadillac with all the motherfucking windows down. I guarantee you get, and that's no, because most of the police was either white or Mexican back in them days.
Did you have to say Cadillac though?
Yeah, I had to say Cadillac.
So we going to get some fried chicken and some grape soda too? I
had to say either Cadillac or a Chevy, nigga. I gotta say one of them because that's what most niggas had. Shit, that's how you know. Automatic, nigga, you was getting pulled the fuck over. Let 4 blacks in that motherfucker, all the windows rolled down and niggas hanging out the window. Nigga, as soon as they see you, they can stop doing whatever they was about to do and pull over another motherfucker. Nigga, they come and pull your ass.
If it's 4 of you in a car, they could be on break and they throwing them donuts out the windows and they
Nigga,
they gonna get you. They want to know where
something got to be wrong in that car.
Absolutely.
Something. You know what I'm saying?
So let's move right along to this Kevin Samuels thing. Before we do that, rest in peace, Jewel. I told you guys when I hit him up, and I saw the video. I was at Jewel's house with Ray J. You know, Ray J is a good dude, man. I'm happy that he's coming up. It's about time. The dude has always had hustle in his blood. People, they slept on him. They slept on him and just called him Brandy's little brother. But the dude has always been a great young man. He grew up in the area known as Centerview in Carson. Um, those dudes aren't no joke. They not any slouches. Um, and so he always had that drive and that hustle. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Just because he could sing, don't mean he don't have the same tenacity that other brothers do. But yeah, we lost Jewel, another great one. I love her. She was an
Little
awesome
Jay
human
say,
being, a
man,
wonderful person. And as far as Death Row is concerned, when you look at the great ones that we have lost a lot of great ones musically, because that's Tupac, that's Nate Dogg, and that's Jewel right now as far as major stars on their label. So, rest in peace, Jewel. We're not going to forget about you. All right, so we going into the Kevin Samuels joint. Oh,
no, I
you
was
got
gonna
her
bring
pulled
her
up.
up. Yeah, that's her right there for those that don't know. You know what
Let
I'm
me tell
saying?
you something, bro. When I was at her house, um, she said, "Hold on, Omar, I got to make a phone call real quick." And she made a phone call. She swore to God it was Suge on the phone, and she was like, "You gonna pay me my money? You gonna
Right.
run me my money, Suge?" And what I could say about that young lady there, going out to lunch with her,
53
going out to
years
dinner with
old,
her.
homie. And
Yes,
that's
young.
see, that's what's crazy when people say a nigga old, like I'm 56. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Niggas is not lasting. We not getting to our grandparents' age. I tell a young nigga, listen, getting old is a privilege. I mean, is a statement. A black man that's getting old is a fucking statement. Why? Because we ain't getting there. I got so many people that just dying of natural causes
Right,
in their 50s outside of what niggas got killed in their 20s and 30s. Because I got homies that got killed in their 20s that could have grew up
right,
with me. So when I see the niggas that's my age, we have so much love for each other that we lasted out these years living in that culture that a
mm-hmm.
nigga could get knocked off at any time, homie. Going to the liquor store, going home, going anywhere. There was a chance a nigga could get knocked off in that era. If you was about that business, you was in that lifestyle, you was in places where that lifestyle was putting niggas down. So us
Right,
growing, see, the problem is not getting old. The problem
right,
is when you stop getting old. That's what the problem is. When you stop getting old, nigga, there's a problem. No matter what
right.
age you are, then if you don't make it to the next day, nigga, that's the problem.
That's a hell of a problem to have.
That's a hell of a problem, homie. So
Let me. You know what? The music business is hard. A lot of people, they see the music videos,
right,
they hear the songs, and that is just what the music industry is to them. Man, touring is not easy. Going on tours, performing night in and night out to make your money, that wears down on the body, man. That wears down on the body hard. Yeah, a lot of people think that these people just come into the game drug addicts. They not. A
right.
lot of these people, they self-medicating because they unhappy. They got to stay awake. They need to stay awake because they going from town to town. They on a tour bus. You know what I'm saying? And it's a rough life. But by the time you see the music video, you watching the finished product. By the time you hear the song on the radio, you listening to the finished product. These people have to work extremely hard to get to where they are, and the artists really make money on touring. So they gotta perform shows if they want to earn a living and survive, man.
Right.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jewel. All right, Kevin Samuels, you want to get right into let's play the audio, and then we'll
You
go
want
from there.
what the 911
The
on?
911, the
Oh,
911 on Kevin Samuels. Let's play it.
You need to come, ma'am. Take a deep breath. 731. What is the street name? It is 297 East Paces Ferry Road, Northeast. Okay, is this a house or apartment? Oh my God, I fucking know.
See right there. I just had to stop it.
Go for
You
it.
had to
Let me hear
stutter
what
to
you got to
find out
say.
if it's a house or apartment. I would let it run through, but that was the first indication that something was crazy because you didn't know it was a house or apartment. You had to stutter.
You
Move
don't
on.
know if it's a house or apartment? Oh, it's an apartment. Okay, what's the apartment number? No, I just need to give him CPR. Just please, just ask him for you. Need an ambulance? Yes. Okay, hold on. Okay, listen, hold on. Let me connect you with the ambulance. Do not hang up. Are you listening? Hold on, ma'am. I have to connect you with the ambulance. It's Kevin fucking Samuel. I understand, but I have to connect you with the ambulance. Are you okay? Yes, ma'am. With the accident of your emergency. Hey, buddy. So, ma'am, it's going to be 297 East Paces Ferry Road, Northeast.
Hello, ma'am. Is this the house, apartment, or a business?
It's an apartment. Please just address it.
What's the apartment number?
I don't know. I just asked the friend, Kevin Samuel. It's up and I'm not sure what it is, but just he's not breathing. I'm trying to give him CPR. He's breathing now, but I think he has a regular rhythm. Please hurry. I'm a nurse, but I'm trying to CPR.
She just said she's a nurse.
We didn't know what exactly
Yep.
apartment number to go to.
I don't want no nurse like that saving my life.
What's that phone number you're calling us from, ma'am? Is he awake?
No, he has an irregular rhythm. I can feel it. He's breathing in and out, but he has an irregular rhythm. It's probably his heart. So I need you to get here with the fucking.
Stop it. Atlanta, I'm operator 936 Central Presbyterian Fire and PD for 9 Echo 1. 9 Echo 1.
Hurry, he's carrying a blue. Okay. I'm 7, man, hold on. I'm 7910. Oh my God.
Okay, ma'am, we have help en route. We have fire and EMS around, but we didn't know that apartment number, ma'am. It'll take longer if we have to ask the front desk, ma'am. We didn't know what
I'm
apartment
not
number
going to
you're
stop
in.
giving, you just ask the front desk. I'm not going to stop giving him CPR. Just ask the front fucking desk.
So, man, there's been a delay response.
I'm not going. Hold on. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to go see the door with the number on it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
2 seconds,
There's
15
an answer for that.
I'm
There's
gonna
an
keep
answer
going.
for that. It's an answer for
Okay,
that.
we gonna go. Okay, I'm
Go
gonna let
ahead.
it go.
I don't know. Have you called the front desk, at least?
No, I called you. Man, take a deep breath. I am taking a deep breath. I'm a fucking nurse. Okay, ma'am, calm down. And could you go to the front door and look at the door number? No, because then I'm stopping to get my CPR. You need that. Come on, it's okay. Come on, you got it.
Pause for a second.
Okay.
Your boy. Don't do that,
No, he's
It's-
big up in you.
I know, but you don't understand what the other additive at the end of it is. That's going to cuz platform and the people that support him. I don't want that thing
Oh
is
yeah,
no.
you don't want to start no madness. I got you.
Yeah, no disrespect to neither side, homie. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that in my chat. I'm not gonna bring it. I don't want nobody to go over there. Anybody that fuck with me to go over there and do that same shit. I just keep it what it is. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Come on. Come on. It's okay. Take a deep breath. You got it.
So, ma'am, right now she's breathing.
You're okay. Come on, I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
Did he start breathing again, ma'am?
No, he's not. He's at the regular heartbeat and he's turning fucking blue.
Ma'am, if there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now. Okay, tell me when you have it.
I'm just giving him CPR. I'm gonna try to open the door, but I don't want to stop giving it to him.
Pause real quick because somebody in the comments, my man Andrew Charles said you got to keep doing chest compressions to compensate for it. So she had to be, if she's doing CPR, one thing that we know she's not doing because she's talking on the phone is giving mouth to mouth resuscitation. Correct? We would all assume that.
Correct.
Okay, let's go with the theme because why is this nigga start directing her what to do? Watch.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
If she was already giving CPR, you're not giving mouth to mouth resuscitation.
Fire Hattie and leave the door open wide for us so we can get it.
This is a Hip Hop Inquirer exclusive.
Making sure to see Buckhead Atlanta, is that correct? The apartment in Buckhead Atlanta.
You got it. Come on. You got it. No? It's fine? Okay.
Is there anybody else there with you, ma'am?
No.
Okay, ma'am. Why you do CPR? What's that phone number you're calling us from?
This is a Hip Hop Inquirer exclusive.
Your name?
Hortensia. Last name Alcantara. Come on, baby, you got it. You got it. I'm gonna try to open the door for you. It's only fast, but I'm gonna come and give him CPR.
Thank you. And check the door, apartment number while you're at it.
I'm trying to let it go through the whole
Right.
911 before
Okay.
we discuss it. Because people got comments in the comment section. We want
Right.
to
Right.
Come on, Kevin, you got it. Come on, just try to breathe. Come on, you got it. Come on, think about your mom. Think about your daughter. Let's go. Hurry, please. Hurry.
Yes, ma'am, on your way. Well, the fire department and the ambulance on their way, ma'am. We're trying to get to her as quickly as possible. Keep doing CPR, ma'am. Pump on his chest?
Yes. Come on, Kevin, you got it. You got it. You're trying to do that. I know you are. This is your heart. Okay. No, don't worry.
And Mr. Pinkett, do you know if there's a gate code or a door code?
I don't know. This is my first day here.
That's fine, that's fine.
Please.
We'll get in the front door. Security. And you left the door open, is that correct?
I put the fucking shoes there. Please hurry. Hurry.
I'll let them know, ma'am. Yes, they are on their way. keep doing CPR.
No. I mean,
It's a nice long
are you
911.
coming?
Yes, ma'am, they're on the way. We're trying to get to them.
I don't think I can do it any longer.
How they gonna get there if they don't know what apartment to go to?
All right. Okay. So let's stop it. Let's stop it.
Just making sure they're put out on their
How they gonna know where to go to if they don't know what apartment to go to?
Okay. So let's stop. Let's stop it.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's stop it.
Because I'm gonna push it back. So with everything that you want to talk about, we can go through it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So when a person is in duress,
Right.
once you start compressions, you are taught that you cannot stop the compressions for any reason until somebody is there to relieve you. Now, the trying to give him oxygen, that's secondary, but they kept her on the phone trying to talk to her. I understand that she was hysterical. I understand that she was like, I don't want to be known as the person that killed this man. And she's probably wondering if she gonna catch a case because he's a celebrity, mysterious circumstances. The number one suspect is gonna be the last person that see you alive. Okay. But here's the rub. Once she identifies him as Kevin Samuels, they can find his apartment, get to the apartment complex and say, what is his apartment number? Because clearly there was a defibrillator inside the spot because she asked him, bring up the defibrillator. Now, I understand you saying get up and go real quick and look at the door number, right?
Yeah, that. And let's just say this. Is that his apartment? Or is that just a room that was rented?
From
Right?
what we
So
know,
what if the room, hold on, what if the room wasn't in his name? They said, well, look, if you listen to the 911 people, when she click them to the ambulance and they say and they get there, the 911 person tell her, she say, hey, we went to the desk. They don't have any name under that name. What is the room number?
So that means that he didn't give them the name. He probably used an alias.
Exactly. So how they gonna get to the room if they don't know the number?
That's not her. That's not her fault, right?
Okay, chalk that one
I'm
up.
just saying that. No. What I'm saying is that when you taught CPR, you are told you cannot stop compressions until somebody relieve you. Now they scare the shit out of you. If you a driver, if you are a bodyguard, if you a police officer, this is what they do. If you a nurse, they will scare the Jesus out of you. If you stop your compressions and somebody dies because you stop, you could lose your license.
Okay, look though.
You could lose all of your stuff. So it sounds to me like she's trying to adhere to her training,
but she's not
stop.
Either she's a CPA or she's a nurse. If she's a registered nurse, she doesn't know what's going on and how to go about it.
That's what I'm saying. At once she starts the compressions, have you taken a CPR class?
No.
When you take them classes, this is what they tell you. You can't nobody, under no circumstances, it could be
I take it. I don't know if I need to just move this out so I can see, so you can see his comment, because I just disagreed with your boxing conversation on this one, and we're gonna have a good debate if you willing to debate with it, because you say that it's not the lady's fault at all. Listen, this nigga kind of broke down a whole bunch of shit that made me think it's a little bit fishy. And I'm gonna shoot nigga name out. That nigga Kevin Gills or whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, that nigga, listen, he showed. Did anybody see the video of the nigga that said, I'm the lawyer for Kevin Samuels? And we gonna start getting you motherfuckers that's on the internet talking bad about him and all that. It's his girlfriend that happened to be in the fucking apartment. There wasn't no nurse. The name that she gave was a fake name of another broad. But you have to look at his shit to break it down. So
Well,
I have to disagree.
I,
No, I agree to disagree.
I can
You can say
believe
that.
I can believe everything that you just said, and I'll tell you why I could believe everything that you just said. But as far as chest compressions go, when they teach you CPR, the only thing that can stop you from giving chest compressions is if you
Okay.
pass out. This is just
So
what they, because I got to get my CPR card renewed every 2 years. And every 2 years, when I do that shit, they make sure before they give you your card that you press on this damn dummy. You do the
until they
right
do what? Until they do what, Omar? Until they do
until
what?
somebody get there.
No, 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 no. Before somebody get there, until they do what? If you do it right, what they supposed to do?
I'm lost.
I'll play it for
What
you.
do you mean? What are
Hold
they
on.
supposed to do?
I'll play it for
Breath
you,
and
and then you can just
whisper.
listen to what's said. Let me see if I can find it. Because she says it kind of, which would have
Okay,
gave her
right
the
now
chance
she's
to
breathing.
let them know about the door. Hold on.
And while you're at
Nah, he said the regular heartbeat and he turned fucking blue.
the defibrillator,
Got it. Got it. No?
Exclusive.
your
Because
name.
she never says that he's hit at the
Ma'am,
time, right?
calm down. Could you go to the front door and look at the door number? No, because then I'm stopping to give him CPR. He needs it.
You heard what she said? I'm not stopping the CPR because he needs it, right?
Right. So, I mean, but listen,
It's okay. Come on. You got it. Come on. Come on. It's okay. Take a deep breath. You got it.
right? He's coming
Okay,
back.
right now she's breathing.
You're
Listen,
okay. Run. She's so worried. I got you.
Did he start breathing again, man?
No, he's not. He's at the regular heartbeat and he turned fucking blue.
she said that.
The
Now
defibrillator
watch.
available, send someone to get it now. Okay, tell me when you have it.
I'm just giving him CPR. I'm gonna try to open the door, but I don't want to stop giving it to him.
Please quickly go to the door, and while you're at it, leave the door open wide for us so we can.
This is a Hip Hop Inquirer exclusive.
Making sure to see Buckhead, Atlanta, and Jack Rex, the apartment in Buckhead, Atlanta.
I get she tried.
You got it. You got it. No? It's fine? Okay.
Is there anybody else there with you, ma'am?
No.
Okay, ma'am. Why you do CPR? What's that phone number you're calling us from?
This is a Hip Hop Inquirer exclusive.
See, I had to go back.
Ambulance?
But there's a part that she says that. I'm not gonna keep replaying that because like they everybody has their different opinions about that call on that thing. I just think that
Hey, you know what? This is what we do know. What we
I'm not
do
sure.
know is the truth is always gonna come out. That
True
we
that.
do know.
True that. You
The
know what I'm
truth
saying?
is
My thing
going
is
to come
that
out.
I what they're saying and saying that the 911 callers, I mean the 911 operators were wrong, but she's a nurse. Listen, here's where I have a problem with how the nurses reacted. Either you're just a nurse or you really have feelings for a motherfucker that you've been around for a long time. That acts like a person that's in a relationship with another person that's dying in front of them. That's not like a regular nurse that really doesn't know on a one night stand. She would have more composure unless she just been a nurse for a month or 2 months, is what I'm trying to say. Her actions, her way of getting ignorant, it's Kevin fucking Famino. The fuck, that's not a professional nurse. You know how many nurses seen niggas dying in the fucking hospital? They have a little bit more strength in that. She would have a little bit more composure. That sounds like a woman that's in love with a man that's dying right in front of her. That's what I feel. I have a different opinion. Maybe you should
Or
listen to it again. Do you? It sounds like a person. No,
or
go
somebody
ahead.
somebody finding themselves in a situation where they were stepping out on a spouse and they married, and then this shit happens. Like I can't speculate. That's why I say it's one of them things where it's like the truth is gonna come out. And let me tell you why.
What's good with you, Big Devil? Appreciate you stopping through,
uh,
That's
once
not
again,
true. Doctors back down too. Reggie, come on, homie. Nurses have been around so many dead people that's dying and doing. I never seen on the news when the COVID and they was having thousands and thousands of people dying with their respiratory system that they was coming out just blatantly like that. If anything, come on, man. Listen to it again. It sounds more like a person that's been around a person more than just one time. If she's a nurse, why was she okay? Well, why was she there then? If she's just a nurse and that was just in his apartment. Okay.
listen. I
Well,
can
yeah, if
only
you want
go
to
by.
bring
I
it
can
up,
only go by
listen.
the 911 tape and what's in front of me.
To
I
say what?
can't speculate. You know what I'm
Give,
saying on what their situation might have been. All
well,
I
give
can
me
tell
your
you
opinion
is
then. What you think?
I've been in this situation before. Ironically,
Are you a
and
doctor or are you a nurse?
let
Are
me
you a doctor or are you a nurse?
I'm not a doctor or a nurse, but I
Okay.
have CPR training, and I know you ain't supposed to stop CPR for nothing to nobody. But let me tell you,
Go
let
ahead.
me tell you, okay,
Go ahead.
because this is public record. I got an uncle, rest in peace.
Uh-huh.
He's married, and he was with another woman,
Right. Okay.
and he ruptured his artery while in bed with that woman. When she called the paramedics and followed my uncle to the hospital, she and another young lady that was with her pretended to be my aunties. They said we are his sisters, Linda and Ann.
Right.
All that was fine until Linda and Ann actually showed up. My father showed up and my uncle showed up. And when they got to the hospital, the doctor said, yeah, your brother's dead, but we can't have no more than two people in there. And your sisters, Linda and Ann, are already in there. Right?
Right.
Your sisters are already in there. So my dad and his uncles and my uncle say, no, That's impossible. They can't be in there because here they are standing behind us right here.
Right.
So the reason why I could talk about it is because
What's
there
up
was a
with you,
lady
T.
from
Foster?
Compton that
Appreciate you
called.
stepping through, homie.
There was a lady that called on the Steve Harvey Morning Show and said it. Omar Bradley's brother died having sex with his mistress, and she put it out there, right? So what I can say about this situation is, if it's something that's embarrassing, if it's something that ain't supposed to be going down, and
Right.
it happens, something tragic happens while there's something that ain't supposed to be going down, it's gonna go like that. Even if it's not something that's super duper nefarious, like they trying to get money or they trying to get something out of it. If it's two people that's changing their names for a clandestine hookup, and then the shit goes
Right.
left, it's going
Right.
to turn into something that don't need to turn into what it needs to turn into. Because now your mind is twirling. This dude done died. Because see, when she said that he was breathing, I don't think he was breathing. I
Right.
think it's absolutely right. When he was turning blue, yeah, what she heard was gurgling. You see what I'm saying? Now that's a problem. You should know the difference between a gurgle when air is escaping the body and whether or not somebody's breathing. But if you're doing chest compressions and you saying that this person is having an irregular heartbeat, that means you done stop the chest compressions to grab to take a pulse, right? So when I'm hearing her talk, I'm imagining her stopping the chest compressions, listening for the pulse, putting her ear down by his head. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to. It was a frantic situation, but it could be that she wasn't supposed to be there and he wasn't supposed to be there either. You see what I'm saying? Because when that lady claimed to be my aunties, my family wanted them arrested in the immediate because they thought my uncle had been murdered. They was like, oh, these two chicks done claimed they.
I can understand that part of it. Um, but don't you think it took a longer time? Listen, if you don't tell a person where you at,
Oh, absolutely.
and the compressions seem to not be working in the 911 call. They don't
But
seem to be
that's holding
working.
on to them. That's holding on to
But
them
you not
secrets,
telling
though,
them
right?
where you at. You not telling. They asking, hey, you gave us the address, but nigga, there's 200 apartments in this motherfucker. How are we gonna get to what apartment we gonna go to? We don't know what apartment to go to because the apartment is in somebody else's name, and we telling you, hey, there ain't no information of this nigga being in this motherfucker motel. Where he supposed to go? Either you helping and waiting for the nigga to die, or you don't want to help him. You can't stop them 2 seconds to go to the door and look at the number and tell him. You not gonna do that at all? Fuck that. I'm not stopping the compression. Well, we can't get to you if you don't stop the fucking compression and go look at the door. Because there's 200 fuck. We don't even know what floor you on. Nigga, that don't make any sense. You should have stopped it. You stopped enough, like you said. She stopped enough compression to check his thing to see if his heart was beat. Oh, he's breathing a little bit, but he ain't dead. So you got enough time before he do die to go look at the number on the door and come back because the nigga's still breathing. What's 5 seconds gonna go? How big is the motherfucking apartment that you can't get to the door in 5 seconds to look at the number and tell them the number? Because they can't get there if you don't tell them the number. He gonna die any motherfucking way if the compressions ain't working and the CPR ain't working. So they can say whatever they want to. I listened to you in the chat. She did a good job, and everybody, and the motherfucking 911 didn't do that job. But they wasn't gonna get there to save that nigga's life if they didn't find out where she was at or what apartment they were in. No way, he was gonna die anyway. She had to take them 5-10 seconds to go find out what room she in. Look at the key, the door key, anything hanging on the motherfucker, something that tells the number. Look, what?
See, now was it an apartment or a hotel?
Huh?
Was it an apartment or a hotel?
It was an apartment.
So how is he renting an apartment under
The
somebody
same
else's
way,
name?
same way everybody else do.
Like in an Airbnb, or was it somebody that he knew pad
Yeah,
it was and he was just sliding through there?
I don't know all that. If they
Right.
go to the desk and say his name, and then the desk say we have nobody in there under that name.
All right.
I
So
don't know what he was doing with it.
So
I
now,
don't know what he was doing with it.
so now let's talk about why
That's his
this is
homeboy. It could be his homeboy apartment that he just used, and his homeboy let him use when he out of town. I guarantee you, all the people that was around him had a little paper. He was making
right.
paper on the internet, so he was fucking with niggas that had paper. And a lot of motherfuckers have houses, homie. That's how you get Airbnbs. You got snowbirds that buy houses like in Arizona or whatever, and go back to Wisconsin and
Right.
they rent their house
I
out
got
until
you.
they can come back.
Let me ask you a question. Let's just say, for shits and giggles, Beyonce choose you for a night.
Why it gotta be me, nigga?
Hold on, wait. No.
Why
Okay,
it gotta be
Beyonce choose
me?
me for a night. I'll put
Yeah,
it on me.
put it
Let's
on
say
you.
Beyonce
Man.
chooses me for a night. Jay-Z can't find out, so we got to go to Kelly Rowland's pad. And it's just my luck that Beyonce died, or she start having a heart attack.
You had to
I'm
bring
doing
that
everything to keep her alive. I am not gonna stop no chest compressions. I'm not looking at the door. I'm not. No. I'm not about to be the person who got up and walked off and let Beyonce die.
They dying anyway if they. Nigga, they gonna
There's
die.
no way I'm pressing. I'm pressing until Jay-Z get here. I'm gonna be like, nigga, I thought it was a lookalike. I didn't know it was really her. My day done turned bad in an hour.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know,
that's what you say. Didn't get the
it was
live
supposed to
cut
be the
off.
best night of my life.
You
And
bring
it
it
just
up.
turned to complete shit.
You gonna
right?
put Beyonce and them, the richest motherfucker, two
I'm just
niggas in the
saying.
thing. You gonna put them.
Listen, we
Go
don't
ahead.
know we don't know where her brain was at, but why was it important to play his 911 call? Is because there are people that are happy that this man died.
Right. True that.
And that's terrible. You shouldn't be cheering for somebody's death, but there are so many people with different perspectives about his message. I talked to some individuals that was telling me, yo, he dogged women. His platform was not for women. His platform was for men. And he started off dogging men, telling men, you're not going to get a girl being mediocre. You're not going to get a girl playing video games. You're not going to get a girl living in your mama's basement. Women started calling in, interested, right? And she can't have them for a minute. Oh, I don't think you can keep him from Beyonce if Beyonce
nobody
won't.
try to see you get beat up on live.
Yeah. No, nobody.
Keep me out the conversation there.
You know, so she done jumped in. You said, well, I gotta be me. And she heard it, and you done jumped in.
Shit.
Now you gotta go get up and check. Because he's in trouble.
Nigga, I was going to get another beer.
Oh, you're going to get another beer? Okay. He's still checked, though. He's still checked.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I first of all, as a woman, you can't get mad at what someone says when you ask them why you can't get a man, and you mad at what he says about women who are over 30, over 40, being leftovers and things like that. First of all, if you are over 30, if you are over 40, and you got to go on some random guy's YouTube platform podcast to find out why you can't get a man, you need to reevaluate the fact that you just went on some stranger's platform
Right.
at 30 years old to ask him why you couldn't get a man. And then not only that, you went on a stranger's platform to ask him why you can't get a man. But to me, see, understand that he's not saying anything that grandmothers don't say. Ain't nothing open at 12 o'clock but some legs.
Right.
He's not saying anything. See, we are being so bombarded with people like Lizzo with the body image. Girl, just be happy with yourself. Be big. No, the number one killer of Black women in America is obesity. So if he says, if you want a man, you got to love yourself to get in shape, and you got to boost yourself. You got to boost yourself. We done became a society where real is fake and fake is real. You want to get a butt injection because that's easy. You want to get breast implants because that's easy. You want to put eyelashes on because that's easy. But that is not investing in yourself. That is not changing what's happening in the inside. And we have Black women that are dying from obesity,
Westside Hoover, appreciate you
hypertension.
stopping through.
We got them dying from diabetes. We have all of these underlying conditions happening in our community, and our sisters are being bombarded with, oh, don't worry about being big. Go on and die. You want to know why society is telling you, my sisters, don't worry about being big, go on and die? Because society don't have to bury you. Society don't have to be there for your kids. Society don't have to be there for your husband. Society don't have to be there for your grandchildren. So when he says, yeah, you a 5 or you a 6, if that is what you're doing to yourself, you know, tearing women to build them back up is counterproductive. That type of advice kills self-esteem. The self-esteem is already dead, cowboy. When you calling on somebody's shit and you 40 and you don't know him and you trying to find out why you can't get a man, you should have did that in your 20s. If you 40 years old and you don't know why you can't get a man, you are the leftovers. Because that's something that you're supposed to figure out. And let me tell you one more thing, cowboy. The most powerful medicine is nasty. Antibiotics stink. Antibiotics taste bad. But to get your kid to take it, they make it bubblegum flavor. And sometimes we have to, as a society of Black men and women, go back to the drawing board and tell people why they're not acting right. I put you like this. Amber Rose got the slut walk. It was popular. She got a tattoo on her head. I ain't got no beef with Amber Rose, but Amber Rose was walking around saying, I could dress the way I want to dress and walk down the street because it's my independence. And there was women that was cheering that. But guess what? The natural enemy to a married woman is the slut. A married woman and a slut ain't got nothing in common. Because if you're trying to be married, you can't be no slut. You can't do both. The two don't coexist. They don't go together because the slut, as the natural enemy of the married woman, is always trying to destroy the married woman's home. So you can't serve two masters. Either you're going to enjoy that and do the slut walk and go on about your business and be by yourself when you're 30, 35, 40, how we used to do it when we play hide go seek, 45, 50, 55, 60. 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, and be by yourself in that slut walk with a whole bunch of other single women. But you can't be both. And while these
Yes.
women, Vivica Fox, talking about this Kevin Samuels, it's karma. Is it, Vivica?
Right.
Okay, so when was the last time you told the DJ to stop playing Too Short anytime his record said bitch in a nightclub? When did you tell the DJ to stop playing Ain't No Fun If the Homie Can't Have None in the nightclub? When did you, Vivica Fox, say, hold on, I know they not playing that song? I said,
Right.
bitch, what's my favorite word? Bitch, why they gotta say it like short? Bitch, what's my favorite word? Bitch, why they gotta say it like short? Take that same goddamn energy.
Because she
Because
kind
you
of went
love
off on
Snoop.
it.
I ain't mad at Snoop. I love Snoop too. But if you love Snoop and if you are accustomed to being called subhuman and you sing along to being called subhuman, don't get mad when you go on another person's platform and ask them why you can't get no man. Maybe it's because you have become accustomed to being called subhuman.
Right.
Because, see, we got daughters. Ain't your daughter? Every one of his daughters going to college. Every one of his daughters is special. Every one of his daughters is raised right. Every one of my daughters going to college. 2 of them graduated, 1 on the way, 1 graduating from high school next week. And they ain't trying to say it like short.
I was trying to see if I could find her going in.
So she only do that when 50 Cent come on. That's right, Jane. So
He say, "How long you on?" And I'm trying to hear some UFO talk. Oh, don't trip, kick back. We
yeah,
finna
we
get to
gonna we
that.
gonna get to the UFOs, but
We gonna
here's
get
the
to the
thing.
UFOs. Are we?
I just
Don't even trip.
I just can't fathom when you go to a person's platform and you don't know them
Right.
and he tells you what's wrong because you ask him what's wrong. Why other women get mad.
See, I
You
think
know,
it,
it's an
I
old
think it
saying from
was.
the South, hit dogs will holler. You remember that saying?
Yeah. See, I didn't never. I ain't never get on. I ain't never get hip to his platform, so I don't really know too much about the man or what he was saying or how he was going about it or none of that.
I
You know, I
understand.
heard a few people say he's ignorant. You know, he was ignorant on his time of doing it, but he was doing what he was doing to get views. I mean, you know, that's what it's out here for. You know, a lot of
You
people
know,
do that for views. He might not even accepted half the shit that he say. I don't believe everybody that's on this shit that they do everything. You know, a person can be talking about whatever. I don't believe 100% that they truthful to what they talking about on here.
the
You know what I'm saying?
duality of a human, the duality of a human being, he never said that he wasn't promiscuous. He never said that he didn't engage in one night stands. He never said that he was perfect.
Right.
He never said he was the black incarnation of white black
What's
Jesus.
good
He
with you
never
guys,
said any of
James?
those
Appreciate
things.
you.
What he said was, here's the answer as to why you can't get a man.
Right.
But
Okay.
he didn't say, I don't go to the clubs. I don't have random hookups. He
Right.
never said those things. And there was another thing that he said that I found telling. He said, my grandmother was, I guess he said his grandmother was in the 6th grade and has a 6th grade education, and his grandfather has a 3rd grade education. So by today's woman's standards, his grandfather would not have been able to get with his grandmother. But his grandfather and his grandmother, one with a 6th grade education and one with a 3rd grade education, bought more property than people that he know that got master's degrees and PhDs. So it is really, what he's trying to tell you is, maybe you have to reject this programming and go back to your roots.
Right. What you
Why
gonna
would
say
you
this?
spend $10,000 on a butt injection? That's something you gonna sit on.
What's good with you, Lisa? She say it's funny he died with a woman shaped like a BW called fat. So it is what it is. But that's the The flaw that's probably gonna come out later, he didn't.
She didn't look fat to me.
Yeah, he didn't. Died.
She
You know what I'm saying?
she didn't look fat to me. But
So
again,
I don't know. She was kind of skinny, kind of weird. You know, it's
it
one of her friends that was on there. Naomi had a Facebook page of old girl, and they don't even think she was black.
right,
You see what I'm saying? They think she was playing black on the internet, but
right.
she actually did. What's old girl name with the NAACP?
Oh, Rachel Dolezal.
She did one of those on them.
Yeah, that could be. You never know. Lisa say
Yeah,
she not going back to Jim Crow and sharecropping. I said go back to the roots. I
go
like
back.
that. Roots. I said at roots. Alex Haley, sharecropping and Jim Crow. I love that.
Right.
I love that.
He say,
Listen,
could it
if
be
it don't
Martian?
apply to you, it don't apply to you, right?
He said Martian
702.
freaks in space. Um, my brother, I get what you're saying. Could it be Martian freaks in space? But first of all, my brother, please, I don't know what school you graduated from or where you graduated. That ain't probably you spell Martian. I just want to let you know that, man. Next time, get what is they called? Word check. This nigga spelled M-A-R. I thought that was a running back. Marshawn, dude played for Seattle. That's what we was talking about. Uh, he died how I hope to die. There you go. That's what Richard Pryor said. His daddy died. You know what I'm
He
saying?
went
And
out the way he came in.
hey, that's the same way on Color Purple. Remember what you call him, Kay? She was getting that money in that house. He say, well, how he died? He died on top of me. She
Hey,
was young.
it's a cold thing, man. And let me tell you something. Uh, I'm hoping that it's not Viagra, and I'm
Yeah,
hoping it's not a gas station pill.
yeah, that's what they in them energy drink or whatever they saying, something of that nature that made it.
Red Bull and Viagra killed more black men in the early 2000s than anything else. The late night. I know you agreeing with me, 702. I got you. In
You
the
said
late 90s, early 2000s, that Red Bull and Viagra killed a great many people. And let me explain to you guys, your heart rate regulates your erection. If your heart rate goes too high, you will lose your erection. But when you take the Viagra, that natural fail-safe of your heart rate no longer stops the erection. So you are going to keep going where your body would normally say, hey man, we doing too much. And you get to that term petered out. He petered out. It's
right,
your heartbeat, you doing too much. And that's the problem with these medications like Viagra. The nervous system signal to the involuntary muscles, it's not there. That message system that you have, we lose that connection. And so if he can go, I can go.
right.
And when you combine that with the caffeine of Red Bull, which already increases your blood pressure, um, that is going to be a problem, you know. But until you see toxicology, until you see a coroner's report, until you get an autopsy, if there's a family autopsy, it's all speculation.
You know
Um,
what's crazy? I'm at my age nowadays. A Red Bull can't stop me from taking a power nap. And if I get up early in the morning and I get my hustle and I try to take a Red Bull about 12 o'clock thinking I'm finna stay up for another, Look at that power nap. Say, nah, homie, you just got to lay down and get this little power nap, this hour in, and then rejuvenate your body. That don't help. I don't know how they drink them like that. It just don't help me. Like,
You
nah.
see crystals clowning me.
He said you must have experienced that before.
No, never.
He say,
I
Miss Phil, my brother, like your show down here in Houston. They died for kush weed and syrup.
Yeah, that's a cold combination right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, crystal. No, I've never experienced that, and I would never, ever be with anybody that ain't 45 years old, birthday, I'm sorry, 46 years old, and birthday is 1/6/1976. Cause she gonna make sure I get to the goddamn hospital.
He say he take a post nap after drinking coffee.
And sleep like a champ.
Hell yeah.
Man.
He said my sister had a heart attack at 30. It was 6 empty cans of
That
Red Bull.
the
That's crazy.
deadliest time for me as a personal trainer was when the hydroxycut had the ephedrine caffeine in it. And it was because even though on the box it said do not drink with any caffeinated beverages, people was popping those hydroxycuts, getting wired, and drinking sodas, and their hearts was giving out. As a matter of fact, there was a young lady who actually died running on a track because she was taking hydroxycuts and soda. And
I got you. Boxing conversation. Yeah, subscribe to the Homie channel if y'all ever get a boxing match. Want to hear the nigga give off a good round for round bait that's funny as shit because he can't sit down. Check out Mr. Reggie Owens, man, for sure.
I wanted to put money on Bivol to win. I knew he was going to win. I was like, yeah, he's too big and strong and fast and skilled for Canelo. But, you know, you got to understand around here, they just play Dancing with the Stars and shit like that. So I don't get to watch boxing much. It's all women. And
was you ever?
No, I've never competed in a fitness competition. I might though. I might just go ahead and train next 2 years. And I hit 47 just as a birthday present to myself. I might go ahead and compete because I do walk around at around 300 pounds when I do lift weights and do my thing. Yeah, hydroxycut, man. It kept people away. I said 1/16/76. Did I say once? Oh yeah, that's Mayan's birthday. My bad. Yeah, 1/16/1976. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Sinead, goddamn. You know, you just foot all up in my ass.
I meant to tell the new viewers to subscribe to your channel. Well, I'm hoping they're looking at the banner that's going across the bottom of the screen. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to hit the cash app. You know what I'm saying? It just rotate at the bottom. But I understand, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I get there. Learning this shit day by day. You know what I'm saying?
So,
day by day.
The United States is finally unveiling its 6th generation fighter. And it looks like something that came out of a damn
what's the name of it?
Science fiction movie. You know what? You could just type in United States 6th generation fighter. I can't think. It's based on the YF-23, which was in competition with the F-22 platform, and they scrapped it, and then they brought the design back. And they have a new stealth fighter. And this 6th generation fighter can actually control unmanned drones in flight while the pilot is flying the plane.
Is that right?
Yeah. IFBB and NPC events are legit physique events. Yeah, man. You know what? I try to run around with like 22s at least when I'm getting it together.
I'll pause.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's watch that.
Bluff. While Russia is improving the characteristics of its Su-35 fighters and finalizing the only fifth-generation Su-57, which entered service at the end of last year, the United States is working painstakingly on the creation of a sixth-generation fighter. As they say, only the stars are above.
That looks like some.
Why doesn't it though?
About literally magical sixth-generation aircraft.
Some UFO type shit. Then where they get that technology
if
from?
we take the level of world progress into account.
That's amazing.
Roper, American physicist, U.S. foreign policy strategist, and a procurement assistant to the U.S. Air Force Secretary, called the fact of the creation of FAXX magic. Let's figure it out. Let's start with the strategy, which is completely unusual here, and then we gradually move on to the technology. The NGAD, Next Generation Air Dominance Program, also known as FAXX, has been developed by the U.S. Navy Command for several years. The U.S. Military Department even created a separate office as part of the program. The goal of the project is to create a carrier-based fighter that will replace the FA-18EF Super Hornet 4th Generation Fighter Attack Aircraft and the EA-18G Growler Electronic Warfare Aircraft, which are about to receive a new electronic warfare system. Both the Super Hornet and the Growler are in service with the U.S. Navy and Australian Air Force. These are excellent planes, but they are gradually becoming obsolete. Progress does not stand still. As part of the secret Next Generation Air Dominance Program, a sixth-generation multi-purpose fighter bomber is being developed for the U.S.
That's
Air
the
Force.
drones right there.
However, the
No,
US
that's the
Navy
bomb
gets
that they
super
dropped.
fighters
The
even
drones
before
are-
the Air Force. This is an
Drones
interesting
look crazy
detail,
too.
if you remember that stealth is not a key factor for aircraft carrier aviation. Radar stealth is less important for the Navy because carrier-based fighters are not designed to penetrate enemy airspace. However, stealth is a key requirement for the Air Force missions. So the nature of the combat
Absolutely,
missions of
David.
the Navy fighters and the Air Force fighters are different, which means that these aircrafts demand different requirements. How can they be met within a single project? Roper-style answer is by magic only, which means that technological uncertainty is now the new U.S. strategy. In fact, it is Russian military analysts who are joking about the uncertainty. In reality, it is about technological flexibility. The course of the Next Generation Air Dominance Program and the technical nuances of magical aircraft are strictly classified. However, Roper named the Holy Trinity of this technological flexibility.
Hear that?
Digital
Holy
engineering,
Trinity.
software, and an open architecture of digital space that simulates real conditions. Of course, it is only open for a limited number of persons. This seems to be a response to the Russian concept of critical technologies, which create Zircon hypersonic cruise missiles. In reality, Americans are great executives and experts in project management. Consider the creation of the Boeing T-7 Red Hawk trainer when they implemented a unified virtual simulation process. The model is first created and tested in virtual space, and only after that, it is embodied in hardware. The same approach is applied to the creation of the sixth-generation fighter, and a multi-stage competition, similar to the one used to create
That
the
looks like-
manned spacecraft commissioned by NASA, is intended to spur and speed up the
That looks like
process.
something they'll be able to take out into
Remember
space too, right?
Rogozin joking about
Yep.
a trampoline? Elon Musk made a good trampoline, right? The Americans launched Dragon 2 before the head of Roscosmos released his next poetic opus about love and Russia. By the way, after the success with their spacecraft, the SpaceX Corporation may get some contracts for the construction of new models of military aviation equipment. As for the competitive
See, they
race
getting
of the
that
next
technology
generation
and
air
people
dominance
understand
program,
how they
so
advancing
far,
so
other
fast.
leading U.S. manufacturers, such as Lockheed, Boeing, and Northrop Grumman Corporation, are participating in it. Military analysts noticed Lockheed Martin's involvement in a large and expensive project when the company reported a doubled cash turnover. Let us remind you that it was the Skunk Works division of Lockheed Martin that developed the fifth-generation F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II fighters.
See
Therefore,
how
there
it
is
can
no
just
doubt about the
drop down?
qualifications of these guys.
Yeah.
Boeing Company also needs no introduction. After their recent setback in the space industry with Musk's Dragon 2 ahead of the competition, the company's engineers want satisfaction. Their huge experience in the design of
Look at that.
supersonic and unmanned aircraft only strengthens Boeing's position.
That's a
As
drone.
for Northrop Grumman Corporation, they were the first to introduce the flying
Wow.
wing scheme. The B-2 Spirit Bomber is an iconic aircraft of our time. The RQ-4 Global Hawk drones are also in service with the United States. And the possibility of remote control is a fundamental criterion of the sixth-generation fighter. Moreover, this function should be combined with the ability of a pilot to fly in a manual mode. This means that the Northrop Grumman Corporation is also not a random participant in the program. Did these three industrial models
See, that's what I
manage
don't
to satisfy the demands of the
say. It
military?
looks like the B2.
It's time to talk about the rest of the main criteria that sixth-generation
They
fighters
have an
must meet.
update for the B2 that they
Ultimate
released
stealth
already.
above all. This
See,
is
that's
based
that
on
stealth
Northrop
shit.
Grumman's stealth technology.
Right.
There are two tactics for overcoming enemy
Where you
air
getting that
defenses in the modern
technology to do
world,
stealth?
by means of stealth or by means of supersonic speed. Americans prefer stealth, while Russians prefer speed. This was the case up to and including the fifth generation of fighters. But the sixth generation is turning the game around. Apparently, the states will set the rules of the new game. The Russians, in response, claim the possibilities to modify the Su-57 to the level of the sixth generation in the future. One should be skeptical about these statements, because Russia has neither financial nor intellectual nor industrial opportunity to launch a project from scratch. It only remains to talk about what is there. Another criterion for the sixth generation is efficiency in all flight modes,
They have not,
from
Ken
subsonic
Blanca.
speed to
No.
hypersonic in unmanned flight. The Americans claim that the maximum speed of the fighter will exceed 5 m. The flight duration will be up to 50 hours in subsonic unmanned cruising mode. In supersonic cruising mode, the combat radius will be 1,600 kilometers. This is where conflicts between the existing technologies emerged. The fact is that it is possible to remain invisible at relatively low speed. Remember how Mattias Rust freely crossed the border of the USSR and landed his Cessna 172 Skyhawk near the Kremlin in 1987? The infrared spot of a fighter reaches the size of an aircraft during the afterburn, which makes it visible to enemy radar. In addition, the stealth aircraft has smooth outer contours with a minimum of sharp edges and no vertical tail. So far, there is not a single hypersonic object in the world without a vertical tail, which stabilizes an object on the move at super speeds. This is probably why the ability to change the shape of the aircraft is another important feature of the sixth generation of fighters. It turns out that a fighter must have two features: be able to remain invisible and contain the potential for unprecedented acceleration at the same time. Kind of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Now let's talk about the materials. An airplane is not a rocket that flies one way. Therefore, the outer plating must calmly and repeatedly withstand hypersonic loads when materials change mechanical properties,
Crystal.
melt, or soften. Yes, Musk's Dragon 2 is exposed to no less stress, which means that the technology exists. However, we must not forget that the rocket is undergoing many mounts of maintenance after each flight. A fighter in combat conditions does not have such an opportunity. Moreover, the aircraft must be ready for several combat missions in a row. Super-sensitive electronics should also be placed under the plating, and high temperatures are not recommended for it. Without modern avionics, the fighter would be blind and vulnerable. In addition, the concept of modern air warfare involves the constant interaction of the aircraft with maneuvering objects around it, which provide it with cover and coordination. Roper did not disclose the technical details of the new aircraft, but simply called all the know-how magic. Weapons raise no less questions. It is known that the FA-XX will be equipped with the directed energy weapon, a laser. This is indirectly confirmed by public information from the U.S. Air Force Research Laboratory. However, not a single characteristic of the laser gun is given. Wasn't it too early for the Americans to announce a revolution in aircraft construction? No, it wasn't. First, a real aircraft should appear after 2030. Secondly, the successful testing of the prototype gives the right to request funding and plan the further development of the next generation.
So they're saying it shouldn't have came out until 2030?
What Roper could not keep silent about.
Oh, they done already
was
built the prototype and flew it.
And it deserves special attention because it is a real breakthrough in the American tradition of project management. The bottom line is this: at a certain stage, All the developers of the 6th generation fighter will unite into one structure. This will greatly reduce the cost of the project and improve the communication of specialists. Participating
See, that's
companies will
crazy.
not
That's
have to
crazy
build
how
their
they,
own
like I
flawed
say,
prototype.
how they got that
Engineers from all
technology.
companies will join forces at the stage of digital design and
Oh, you
virtual
all
assembly.
good, your
This
boy?
business model
You know what
will
I'm
operate
saying?
right
I
up to the
appreciate
physical
you. I fuck with
implementation
you.
and production of a
You know what I'm
prototype.
saying?
Incredible
sure,
innovation. Previously, companies did not seek to share their own
Get
know-how
him
with
jank. This
competitors,
movie just say
albeit
magic
in
is
the
flying
interest
and
of the
shit.
safety of their home country.
It looks like
Such
magic.
synergy can deliver the
That right
highest
there was that new
results and the
stealth
most
fighter. Matter of fact,
unexpected technical
stealth
know-how in the fields of materials,
bomber.
avionics, propulsion, and weapons. By the way, which engine lifted the first prototype into the sky is still classified as secret. But 6th generation fighters are not only characterized by stealth technologies, but also by a power plant that accelerates the aircraft to incredible speeds and allows maneuvering in several planes using a controlled thrust vector. Being as fast as a cruise missile and as invisible as the stealth at the same time is a task that is still unsolvable for one company, especially when it comes to a brand new unit. This kind of work takes 20 years. But if the process is well funded and the best engineers from the best companies are involved, then the time frame will surely be shortened.
Yeah, because they're
For
getting the
example, the
technology.
development of a power plant suitable for the aircraft and operating on a hydrogen-oxygen pair is currently underway, possibly for FXX. However, analysts also mention a hybrid scheme of using powerful batteries and electric motors, which suggests the energy consumption of a laser cannon. The point is that modern lasers have low efficiency. For example, to generate a 1 MW laser beam, 2 MW is required at best. This is yet another intractable problem for stealth aircraft. We will wait for results, including ones from other countries. It is known that France, Germany, and Great Britain are working on a similar project. The Royal Air Force has only shown the images of a 6th generation aircraft so far. Major contractors are BAE Systems, Rolls-Royce, Leonardo, and MBDA. They have
Oh yeah, I
merged into this
appreciate it,
Tempest
JB.
program. More than 600 organizations, including small and medium enterprises and research organizations, work in the program. Tempest is a future replacement for the
I mean, look
Eurofighter
at that
Typhoon fighter, which is
aircraft.
currently in service with a number of countries. It is planned to invest over £2 billion in the project. Russia and China are noticeably lagging behind, so they are trying to achieve parity in other areas of arms. Learn about the best examples of military equipment of the main geopolitical.
Yeah, that was interesting. As far
So
as
General Electric is making the motor for that, is making the engine for that. China
right,
has just dropped a contract with Russia. They've decided to make their own engines for their fighter jets. So the world is getting smaller.
right,
But to me, there's not enough Ohm's law and Wheatstone bridges in the world. And I know you're familiar with a Wheatstone bridge and Ohm's law
yeah,
that
oh
can
yeah,
build that,
yeah,
right? So here's the problem with these jets. Oxygen is required for detonation. You need the oxygen.
right,
There's no air in space. So you
right.
can't have the standard propulsion for interplanetary travel or even go to the moon in those. So eventually they're going to have to move to electricity. I just think that they
But
are
see, listen, they getting that technology from what's coming and seeing us, right? There is no propulsion or anything. We spoke about this before about them coming to us and us getting to them. There is no propulsion system with them that's coming to see us. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no
correct.
sound, no nothing. And when I show this video, which we're gonna get into in a minute, I didn't cut the video. I don't know if there's no audio with the video that I'm going to show. I mean the camera. That's what I'm trying to get, the camera that's pointed on this um, observatory. But what I want to do, I don't know if I put it into this. I don't think I upload it. Maybe I can do it right now because I want people to understand um, what the the Hawaii observatory looks like in the day and night time.
Okay.
But go ahead, what you were saying. I just want
No,
to
I
get that.
mean it's just it boils down to that. I mean, how I think you don't want to displace jobs. I think you don't want to upend your economy, so you're going to milk this current engine system for as long as you can milk it before you move over to. I mean, the technology is already there.
Right.
The technology is clearly already there. They don't have to use the jet engines that they're using now. They just still building it because they trying to keep people employed.
Yeah.
And
What I
people
want
need
people to see,
jobs.
I want you to look at this observatory right now. Um, before I play this video, this is the camera that every few nights I record before I go to sleep. I've told people before. These two, and you can see all the little ones on the side, but the camera is faced on these two big ones. This big one right here and the little one in front of it. I want you to look at the back end of them now. There's nothing
Okay,
on
so
them.
let's do this. And while we at the daytime, how many domes are we looking at? I'm
We're
counting
looking
two,
at
three, four,
six
five, six.
that's sitting on the mountain, right?
Right.
If you
Okay.
look to the right of it, that drops off. That's it's sitting on the mountain. All
So
these are sitting on the highest point in a part of Hawaii
you got
because
two in
they
the
have
foreground and four in the background.
two in the foreground, four in the back. You see them two. We're gonna
Right.
specifically look at these two because when I play the video, it's just crazy. As you can see, they're just plain white. They're plain white. They have nothing on them.
So let's
No,
okay. So let's go. So let's do this while we looking in the daytime. The first one to the very left is number one. The
yep.
one next
And
to it is two.
it's big.
The silver one all the way in the back, we gonna call that one number three.
None of them are gonna be seen.
I got you. I'm just
Okay,
for
but go
future
ahead.
reference.
Okay, go
The
ahead.
the one next to the 2022, 5/10/2022, we gonna call that one number one.
Okay, that's the little
And
one.
then the one that's further
Next
up
to it,
to the right, that's number two.
yep,
That silver one all the way in the back, that's number three.
yep,
Then the white one's number four. Then the other silver one's number five. And then the one all the way over to the right is number six.
that's number 6. So this is in the daytime. This is the same video I've been using. As you can see, it's 1851 at night, which is 6 o'clock, almost 7 o'clock. This live is only a couple hours, but you got to understand that I'm at 9 o'clock here, and I think Hawaii is another hour or so different from because I'm on California time like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Pacific Standard Time, which is 9 o'clock. That says 6:51 in military time. So that's in the daytime. We can see that clearly in the daytime. So I'm gonna play this video. I want you to see this at the nighttime. This is the nighttime.
Yeah, can it? I think they're gonna use combustible engines to break out the atmosphere and then move on to a secondary engine like they do now.
There's the light going off. You see the same two, 1 and 2.
Right.
I want to slow it down. It goes through. This is the first time the light comes through. Right? I'm going to slow it down. I slowed it down in the video. It's just swinging back and forth. You can barely see a light where the light transformed. Right here, I paused it. because when it swing, I made it bigger. It looks like there's a wall right there and a light coming out of it. So I
Man,
let it swing.
that looked
I
like
let it
Nope.
swing.
That looks like that Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah. So it's going past. I slowed it down. So the light
Mm-hmm.
is just going back and forth. See the red light that's behind it? Behind the
Right,
building?
right.
That's a car or something coming up the way. Now it's just swinging back and forth, this light. You don't see anything on that red, that big one, or that little one, do you?
No, not at all.
I'm a freeze. You see nothing on that
Man, that is not
this
a
big one?
helicopter light. We
Exactly.
know
Look,
ghetto bird lights. We know ghetto bird lights when we
look.
see them. That's not
It
one
picks
of them.
something up right there, moves over, and drops it. Picks something up, moves it over, drops it into the mountain. And that's a freeze of whatever it picked up. This next slide is it moving over. And the next one is it dropping it right there. What do you think about that video there? I can run it again, but is that not strange? That it picks something up, it's running. It picks something up there, moves it, and drops the shit. Picks it up, moves it, and drops it. Now I did it 3 times. That you can clearly see that it's picking something up from the ground, going up, moving it over, and then dropping the shit. And that's in slow motion. Where I froze it. And now the lights
Yeah.
are going to start coming up there. So now I'm running it. These are the lights that's coming up right after it. Right after it just dropped something down in the mountain or whatever it did. Here come these lights up the hill. So I'm going to freeze it because I want to give you time to speak on what you think that was. Because it clearly wasn't just a basic aircraft. Right?
I mean, we know what helicopter spotlights look like. If you don't know, then you can't say you from any place that can be considered a hood. Like, we know that.
Right.
And I just can't,
and it just picked it up. So now I'm going to run it. The people are coming up the thing. Now they coming up the road.
I've never smoked weed before, you guys. Never, ever in my life. But tonight might have to be the night because, yo, that was crazy.
So now, look, it's a car.
That was
coming up. Now, what the car doing? They just looking, blinking lights. They trying to check out the area or whatever. Because they seen it when they was coming up that motherfucking hill.
Okay. Pause. Can we just admit that those are white people? Because black people are not gonna go looking for whatever cast that light, picked it up and dropped it. You will see tail lights, not headlights. We are not going to check that out. There's no way I'm investigating. Hey, let's go over there and see what happened.
Right.
No, you going over there. I'll read your report in the morning.
I'm going to let the video go because they don't go that far. I think they were smart. So look, so the lights is coming up.
They were smart.
They never
then why they driving towards it then if they smart?
No, watch. Them niggas ain't gonna drive that far. Cause remember, it dropped in front of this big one. So that's behind, that's closer to the camera that's showing on it. If you look here, look, it dropped it. It picked it up and dropped it here. Right? Look. Does that look behind it and dropped it? That's behind it. See, because the light is flashing on it. It's not flashing on the type, it's on the back of it. So that's behind from where the lights are. right? So it's between us and the observatory. It's not in front of the observatory. It's behind the observatory and between the camera that I'm looking at and the observatory. So now we get to them coming up the road. They don't go past that big one. They go up that road and flash the light over there and make a left turn and out of there. So watch.
So they drove home basically.
They knew something was over there because they didn't go past that big one. Why? We go look at the lights, and then you go see the lights leave. That's why I left this part on it, so you can see that a car's coming, but they never passed the big one.
Hold on, Jank.
He said,
You
said,
right.
Black always does the first in the scary movies. Yeah.
You know why we always die first in a scary movie? Because the black character is always a coon that sacrifices himself for everybody else.
Right.
I'm not sacrificing myself for Becky.
Hey, did you see
Pamela.
the light?
I'm not sacrificing myself. I'm not dying for you. Oh, no,
see the
Karen.
light. The light
I'm
don't
sending
never
Karen
come
to check
past.
it out.
See, the light don't never come past. They leaving. You see the
They
brake light?
That's the black
They
guy.
turned around and said, "Fuck that. We ain't going. I
That's
don't
the
know
black
what
guy.
happened.
The
But
black
we
guy
out."
left.
Now the light is finna come back. If you look at the time don't change. The light is for when they start leaving. Whatever they dropped in that little hole, watch the light is finna come back because now they gone. And that comes. That light comes. What the fuck is that on the that comes? Because it didn't illuminate the first time on the observatory, which I showed y'all. There's nothing on the observatory.
Okay, now
Look,
so check this out.
right there.
That
boom
is a helicopter.
So hold on. So what you telling me? Where's that reflection coming from? The bottom of the helicopter?
That is
a light. Hold on.
Okay. Look at it like this. Look at it like this. Look at how indirect that light is. The first light that you showed went straight down. That's like a stage light right there. That is wide. That's what you would expect to see. That's somebody looking for whoever else casted that damn light. To me, that's the authorities coming to try to figure out where that light came from. If I'm telling the story in my head, the UFO was shining on that. They called the police or the military base or whoever they called. They got the hell on. And this is the authorities showing up late to the party trying to figure out what happened.
Okay, that's
just what because that first light
perception.
That first light was so direct and powerful.
Listen, all ghetto birds that's in the hood, where the lights at?
They in the
front.
Where
the lights at on the helicopter?
They in the front.
Outside of the helicopter, right?
Yes.
So why is there a projection on the observatory? So it got to be inside, whatever, so it can get the projection unless there's something in between both of them lights. In that building and wherever that light is flashing, that's the only way you can get a projection on this building. You can't get if that's a helicopter and it's flashing just this light, it's got to be something in between that helicopter and this observatory building, because there would be no reflection of whatever it is on this observatory. So I'm going to
do you see how wide that light is?
Right, but let
go to the first light. Go to the very first light that we saw before the people hit the escape pod. That is straight down. There's no reflection. That is a straight down that's directional. That goes like
right? But it's not giving any reflection on the building at all, at all. And it opened a little
oh, do you
door
see
right,
that? But do you see that streak?
right, and that's where it just picks something up. So we saying this is odd, right?
I'm saying that has to be otherworldly.
Okay, well let's finish
Because if
with this.
you look at that streak, if you look when it gets direct on there, there
Okay,
is a streak of light within that light.
went right. Let me go back right there.
Okay.
See, it picks something up, moves,
But there's a
and
streak.
then that drops.
We missed it. There's okay. Look dead at it. There is a streak of light right in the center.
Right.
There's an even brighter light at the very center of that's going straight down. It's like a streak that's going straight down.
Yeah, you got both lines of that.
Man,
right?
That right there is not. There's no reflection. There's nothing. It's a more concentrated light. That's more like a beam.
Yeah.
That's more like a beam. That's more like something going straight. The other thing was more like a wide cone. You know what I'm saying? Like it was trying to pick up a big area to find something. That's not trying to find nothing. That's taking something.
Right. Okay. So let's go back to this second one. Now the second light comes, right? So first of all, when it's light, because I blew it up right where that beam is, you'll see that beam come like, and this is where, okay, this they leave. Let me go a little faster. Right with the, okay. Here come the light that's coming in. Right.
Right. See, that's not as direct. That's not like
right.
that's like a big ass light.
Finish looking. Hold on. Let me go back because I went too far. Hold on.
Shanae said nobody would want to see me high because I'd probably be paranoid. Well, joke's on you, Shanae. I'm already paranoid. So
okay. There it go. It's just going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, here it comes. So it's going to come. It puts something on there. It goes just in this little range. Just in that little range. This is the big, I blew it up. What is that on the thing? Right? Going past. It got to be coming from the inside of something. And then look at this beam right here that it made. You see the beam on the left that's going in between each one?
I see it.
Does that look like a three-dimensional like beam? Or is that just diffraction? Because it looks like a light is coming out the side of it. But it looks like a three-sided. How straight are these lines? Man, you couldn't even draw them lines unless you had a ruler to make three-dimensional lines like that to look like a bar. Right?
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm agreeing with you.
So
I'm just
let's go through it because it only stays in a little space between that bar right there and the other side. I had froze it right there. It goes back. It's gonna come back. It left. The light is gonna come back. Boom! There go the light. There's nothing on there.
Yeah, that's weird.
Right, and now it's coming back again. Boom! There it go. Right now it's shifting between those two spaces.
What's going on, Casey?
And it's gonna open a door, like right where it dropped. What it dropped at the first time. Like something else came. This is a bigger version of it. You know what I'm saying? You can see the light just staying within them two realms. It doesn't go out of there. The light space doesn't.
It's amazing.
And so then now I'm going, here it comes back. And this time it's going to open that door. It's going to go the whole thing. It's going to look like it's a door that's opening. Archangel, what's good with you?
What's going on, Art?
Bye.
I'm so high strung. I'll probably go to sleep.
Huh?
I was telling
look,
Chris.
now it's coming. You see the bar right there. Do you see that? How it
Yes.
moved over there and just opened that fucking door? Like it's a door over there. I got it where it stops. It moves across. It's just going back and forth. But the light source ain't expanding. Look at that side. Does that look like a door? Like the sleeve stacks went through? Here go the slower version of it.
Did you just say sleeve stacks?
Yeah, look. Like remember the door that looked like the sleeve stacks went in? Look, it looked like a light is going into that door.
A Land of the Lost reference? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I take it. I take it. The sleeve stacks.
So now it's just moving back and forth. The door looked like it opened and closed right by where it was dropped off at. Whatever it picked up in that first video, dropped it off. It doesn't go outside that little range. Oh, just a little bit there.
That's crazy.
But instead, you wouldn't have seen it if it was going slow. And it goes back over, and there's a bar down that side. Look at this, a straight bar right there. And it just stays right in that little angle. And goes back and forth, back and forth.
So let's say
But the thing of it is look, even right here, the light is shining right there. Do you see this bar that it looks like the light is going into?
yep.
The light doesn't pass that bar, but why is there still a reflection on the number one observatory that we see? Why is the light still reflecting on that and giving
Listen,
off?
I can't I have no answer for that. I have no answer for that. Like all I can tell you is um I've never seen light refraction work like that.
Yeah, so see, it's going back. Look, it's way on the other side. It's still
It's
giving off
definitely
a
strange
reflection.
though.
It seems like something's going in there and it's coming out. That's why I slowed it down. It looked like light is going into whatever bar that is that's between them because the light only stays within the two and then it opens the door right there. That don't look like a door to nobody.
No, it absolutely does. It
You see
absolutely
the
does.
side? Look on the left. All this left side, all that is black. Remember we counted out? There's 4 other observatories over to the the right hand side.
We
Right?
can't see none of those guys.
It looked like a black wall because it lined. Look at where the black wall is. Look at that straight line. And then if you go an inch over, look at that straight line. That looks like a corner of a door jamb. It looks like it's got the whole 3D look of a wall. It turns into a door. There's a straight line. You couldn't get no better of a straight line than that. You can't get a
Yeah,
more better.
it shouldn't be
And then
straight
it
like
just
that for
closes
sure.
up. That's why I did a slow motion because it looks like it closes up.
Yeah, it shouldn't be straight. It shouldn't be.
See, it
Wow.
just moved and moved over to that left side and went into that.
Wow.
See, so and there go my I took a couple of still photos and looks like a dark spot is going inside that door. It moves over to this bar here that has no significance of why it's in the picture, but it looks like a straight 3D beam of a door. I can't really get any.
Celestial cousins are coming back, man. Celestial family members are coming back. That's all you can probably.
That
I'm
every
not
time I
trying to
look
put
at
it on a 10, but gee whiz.
every time I try to look at this door, man, it trips me out. When I see this light hit over here, see it goes over there. Whatever reflection is giving off on that little one, See how it's going off the little one is just going back and forth. But the
Yeah.
light source is still hitting that little one. And then it goes over there to a door. I mean, that is no. Let me try to get it.
That's bananas, bro. I mean, that's all I can. That's
Right there.
bananas.
You can't tell me that ain't the shape of a door, them straight lines and all that. And it's right where something was dropped off right there. Was picked up, moved to that same area, and dropped in the dirt.
That's definitely
You see what I'm saying? Because I can go back to where it is. It dropped it right there. Right there. See it? Picked it up there, moved it to there, and dropped it right there. Then you go back to this door that just so happens to open. I still can't get over what's on the thing. Let me get
go back to that first light. No, the past the before that.
there.
No, before that one.
The first light that came.
Yeah.
That's the light. There is no. You really can't see a light source.
Right. No,
That's
but
coming
the
down.
one where it was straight down.
There.
Okay.
Right there. Right? Is that right there? Look at the light. Don't it look like that part of the door or whatever? Because that's where the door opens up.
Run it a little more.
Right where it drops right there.
Just run it a little more, just a little bit. Up. That was too far.
Where it's dropping it?
Yeah.
Right? This is a freeze frame of it.
Okay.
That's the freeze frame of it.
Okay.
And this is the freeze frame of it dropping right there. Right? So that's
Do
the
you
same
see?
area.
Wait. Ah, we was right there. We was right. You was right at the right spot.
Okay.
Right there. Okay, stay right there.
All right.
Do you see a shadow figure, bro? Over observatory number 2. There looks to be a shadow figure. Like there's a figure of a person. I don't want to say it looks like he's wearing a fedora, but I would have to say it looks like he's wearing a fedora.
I see a little black mark, but I don't see.
There's
I see
a
a black.
shadow figure right in the center of the screen, bro.
Yeah, I see it at the top.
The dude, it looks like feet. It looks like hands.
Yeah.
It looks like a person.
Right. I see what you're
looks like
talking
a
about.
person, right?
Right at the top, like it's swinging over to where the light is being dropped.
Man, if I could move my cursor over it, I mean, you could probably move your cursor over it, and everybody is.
Yeah, I've been trying right here, but you can't see my cursor.
Oh my God! It's right in the center of the.
See, I can't
Now
do
that would be a great image of a interdimensional being right there. That would be a great example of an interdimensional being.
He said, "What would you do if you got hit with that light?" I don't know. I don't know.
Man, I'd probably start posing.
But see, you see where the light dropped, right?
Yeah, I saw where the light dropped.
Right. So
what
if
I'm
we go
saying
here,
if that is if that is a high vibrational being or a low vibrational being, one or the other,
so if we
you
go
might have
here,
captured that and been the first one to really capture it, because it's shaped like a person. And when you look at the size of the observatory, you know that it's not small. because you have to compare it to the size of observatory number 2.
So if we
And when
go
you
there, doesn't that look like the door is right where that dropped at? And
right,
don't you
because
see?
now the same dude is standing next to the observatory.
Yes, like he's going into the shadow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That is, and then when it's done picking him up, it goes over to the left side. Why? It picks whatever light source is picking him up, going through that little shit, closes up, and swings over to this bar that's on the other side. Watch, this
I'm
is slow
hoping it's
motion.
pareidolia. I'm hoping that it's pareidolia.
This is the slow motion.
I'm
So it's
hoping that I
going
see
across,
a shape that's not really there.
and it swings over here. Boom, and goes into that bar.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It goes into that bar.
I'm with you. I want to go back to the Michael
And then
Jackson
the
man.
lick, huh?
I want to go back to the Michael Jackson man.
And then it just leaves.
Right.
It swings over, does a couple things, and then the light is just gone. See, I'm doing it in slow motion.
Okay, but the very first light where we pick the dude up and drop him off, go back to that. We
All
have
right.
to get everybody to see this dude so we are not tripping.
So it's swinging back and forth, goes out of view, comes back, here, go. Pick him up,
Okay.
move his ass, and drop
Up.
him.
We
Pick him
went
up.
to, okay.
There you go, picking him up.
Okay,
Right?
move over just a little bit because he ain't there yet. He ain't there. He almost there. We almost seen. I think we might have passed him. Go back. Yeah, we passed him up. We went over him too fast.
I'll get to it.
You right, CB. He's leaning like Mike in Smooth Criminal. Exactly.
I got to get to the point where you start picking them up. Let's slow it down. Boom. See, it's picking up something. It's a big orb into the light, into the light. See, because it's a light streak right down the middle of it. There we
There he
go.
is.
There
He's
he
sitting
is,
right
right there at the
Yeah,
top.
that's something in there, man. And when you compare it to the size of the observatory, it's actually quite large.
Quite
And that
large.
might be a shadow figure.
Right. Because it's definitely there. You could definitely see something in that. That is crazy. Hey, every time I look at this, I learn something new on this video. You say, sorry, you would not be posing. You be trying to get loose and have your body back.
That would be the pose.
Because you will not be able to move, paralyzing like the wall drop at your amusement park. He
That
know.
would
Archangel said
that would
he been hit with one of them lights. So he know. But that's definitely crazy, isn't it? Because whatever it is dropping it. He said he see a big ass face in this light. I kind of do too now. Look off over to the way to the right. It looks like another black little spot right there too, like his two eyes. Do you see it?
Yes.
All the way to the right. If you look, it's kind of like a glow of another
I,
space in it. So you would make that whole thing like a face. That's crazy. But hey, your imagination will take you wherever you want it to go. I know it's just crazy to me. That ain't my imagination. I'll tell you what. No matter what you
that
see,
guy is there. Now check this out. I'm gonna
no
show you
matter what
something on this video. Okay,
nobody says, if somebody can tell me in the chat or anywhere after they see this video, is nothing getting picked up right here, picked up, moved over, and dropped right there. Shit, I give you a, I give whatever I have in my goddamn pocket. If you telling me that something ain't picked that up, moved over, and dropped that shit, picked it up, moved over, and dropped it. Now, I don't know what it is that they did. That part of it, I can't say. I know they picked up a big light source. That's what's right there. Whatever it did, it came by, picked that up, and put it in the thing. And I'll run it in slow motion. The light moves to the right. With everything else in it, it just moved to the right. That big form of light within that little. You understand what I'm saying, Omar?
Yeah, man. I really think that we just saw
Boxing
a shadow
conversation.
figure.
That's what we trying to figure out, homie. Where is the light source coming from?
Well,
Because
you okay? So keep going forward in the
because you
video.
said no, you said there was a helicopter on this one, right? Or it
I
had to
thought it
be
was a
another source.
helicopter further down.
No, but if you look at this, there is no light source coming from the sky.
I
It's
agree
a
with you there.
big look at coming in. There's no real light source from it. From up, like in the second video where the light is straight coming up from something, right? This just seemed like it, but then there's a light source right there that moves it and drops it, picks it up and drops it.
All right. So let's move. Let's
Okay,
go
here go the
forward.
second one. Here's the second one. First of all, I want to say, do you see that big bar in here coming off that light?
Right.
Does that look like a three-dimensional something? That's three-dimensional. How straight are them lines on that? But
Very
I
straight.
didn't even catch that at first. My eyes went to what is it projecting on this observatory?
Your eyes went to ET on number one, right? Because
Right.
that's
So
ET on.
that's what I want to get. What is Archangel? Can you explain it, or anybody explain what is the reflection on this observatory? Because I've been around ghetto birds rolling around the hood with lights on them, and most of the time them are outside, so they don't get the distraction of anything else. Like the bottom of it is placed on the bottom, so it's spacious. That looks like that light is coming from inside some kind of ship going through the bottom of it, because that's where the reflection has to come from the light. The reflection has to be off something. Either it's between whatever the light source is, between the light source and the observatory, there has to be something there, or it's retracting through wherever the light is coming from.
All right. So let's fast forward. Let's move forward. Let's see if we can find out where this light source is. Let's move
Okay.
forward slowly.
It leaves.
Yeah.
Does that? It leaves. It's going to come back right.
It's
Come right
gonna
back.
come back.
There you go.
Okay.
Now
And then it comes back again, right? Because then it leaves that straight line.
there, yeah, it's coming back right now.
Okay.
I just made it bigger right here.
All right.
You can see how the light is fluctuating between those two like walls, basically. So now it leaves and now it's coming back. See, you can see it up the top.
Right, right,
There's no
absolutely.
real light source, but it just shines something on the top of that building. And then that's when it opens the door. But the light source is only in that little area.
Right,
That's not, see, the other light was behind this big observatory right here, right? All
right.
this light is reflection in front of basically this big one, in between the two observatories. You see them? Look how it's flashing.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And then it opens whatever kind of door and just sits there. And then
Go
just
back a little
bounces
bit.
out. It just bounces out after that. Where?
Um, yeah, go. Wait a minute.
See, it's just fluctuating back and forth.
Right.
And then it swings and watch. It's going to swing and open that door. It's coming out of that beam and then
Stop.
opens that door right there. That looked like the door old girl walked in on. And remember, what was that movie? Poltergeist. Remember the beginning of
Carol Ann.
into that light.
Okay, so let's move forward. Just nudge it forward a little bit.
Forward or backwards?
Forward.
All right, it leaves there. It's going to go to the other side and it's out. It left. And this is the slow motion view of it. But I'll go back to the fast view of it. It comes in right here. There is no light reflection coming down, basically, right? But there's a light reflection on the top of this observatory. Nah, Kenneth Johnson ain't said nothing to the public. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they look at their cameras or whatever and just let it go. I just happened upon this, recording it myself one night on May 1st, to be exact. I just happened to record it that night. And when I woke up in the morning, I looked at it. This was on it. And it just baffled me like, damn, what the hell is this? And this is what I got. And I'm just trying to figure out from anybody else because look, once again, even
I wonder
here,
if we. Do you think we get in trouble for?
even here, go ahead.
You think we
There's
get
a
in trouble
reflection
for
on the
reviewing?
back.
Do you think we get in trouble for reviewing that that Nope trailer?
No. You see the one on the back? It's still giving a reflection,
It
but there's
still
no
got
light
some light.
coming down.
Can we let's watch the Nope trailer real quick? Because there's a light in there that looks just like this light.
All right. Hold on.
And that's Jordan Peele's new movie. He has a trailer for it.
And it's a light like that.
It's
See,
a
because
light like that
like
in
I
the
say,
in
I
the
want to
trailer.
put this here. I want somebody just to tell me. Let me see if I can blow it up where I can get it big. Hold on. Because we've seen all that. Where we at? There we go. As I blew it up for y'all. No, that's not it. I'll leave that there. Oh shit, it moved.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Somebody tell me what that reflection is on that observatory. That's all I want to. I'll blow it up so you can see it. What is that on the top of that observatory?
A shadow of a basketball court.
Don't it? That's what it look like.
I don't know, man.
It do look like that. Look at it. It looks like a basketball court or something.
It looks like the one that be on your garage when you
Yeah,
couldn't afford the one with the pole system. You just
yeah,
had
but
the
look
one
at
that you put on top of the garage, and your
it's
jumper be
all the
off because it's leaning
lines.
down slightly.
Yeah, look, it's all the lines. It's all the. Where did that come from? Where's that reflection coming from? That's what niggas need to answer. Where's that reflection coming from? Because if that's just a light that's beaming down on that observatory doesn't. I showed you what it looks like in the daytime. It's just plain white.
Right.
But there's a reflection on this observatory. So either there's something between the light in the observatory or they're reflecting within the ship that they're coming over from the bottom of it and shown on that. And then I want to know what the hell is this 3D beam that's in the picture right there? Because boy, them lines are straight as hell. That looks like a beam or the side
Yeah,
of
I
a
gotta
ship
agree
or
with you.
something.
I gotta agree with you.
That's a side of a ship or something, homie. You got to make me understand what the fuck is that in the picture. And then if you look on the right hand side, it start getting dark like it gets cut off and there's a straight line. What did I do?
I,
What the
I,
fuck did I do? Hold on. Oh, I was touching something. If you
you
look to
just
the
put me
left
in the
hand
back
side,
real quick, no problem.
if you look back to the right hand side, don't you see the darkness being the straight line before it fades into the darkness on the right hand side of this big one?
Yeah.
There's a line straight like the darkness is being blocked. Come on, man. Can't nobody tell. I know I'm not. I don't know what it is, man, but somebody would have to speak on and say, what is its reflection on this UFO? What is this bar doing in it? Why is it? Okay. But
That's bananas,
I'll
man.
regress.
Like I can't
I'll regress.
I have no explanation for that.
Let's see. Oh, I want to see if this is the one. I don't know. I guess this is it.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-great-grandfather. There's another great-grandfather. But that's why I got
Sir Uncle Buck in the house. What's good with you, homie?
We like to say since the
You're always talking about food when you come up in here.
yeah, skin in the game.
Nope.
Not me.
So hopefully this will bring some viewers to my channel when they start thinking niggas can look at see UFOs too. Shout out, everybody, subscribe to the channel.
The horse broke out.
Yeah. I told niggas the animals will do it first.
Fry's electronic, so this got to be set in the 90s, early 2000s.
We got work for that.
Right.
Pause. Run it back.
Hold on. To what part?
Just keep going. Play it. Where he's in the barn, we're gonna get the thick pause. Oh shit. Excuse my language. He's at the
Right.
bar and he's backing up from something. He's running from something. Right there. You see that little head?
No.
There's a little head between them two boards. He got his cell phone in his hand. It's obviously a flip phone.
Yeah. Right.
It looks like he either about to try to take a picture or he calling somebody. Now, if you look straight up and
Hold
then
on.
look to the left.
Just a little bit back right here.
Okay, there's one alien.
Oh, I see it right there.
From that. Them is two different aliens.
It's moving on the top of the board.
I told y'all my Compton come out. Them is
the little
two
head.
different
See,
aliens.
because the head is not there right there.
Right. Those are two different aliens.
So watch. The head is going to come in the frame in between the two. Right at the top of the board, his head is going to be out of it. See it? Right there. See, it's coming around and he breaks.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, see?
Light. That light that hit right there, that's what I thought. That's what that reminded me of. That right there. Right there. When it played. See the light just come in
and it picks her up. So yeah.
Yo.
Hey, that's gonna be an interest, and that's
July
what I have to say.
22nd that comes out. I'm waiting on it.
And so when you look at this, you clearly see the light, man, is moving.
It's the same feel. It's the same feel.
It's the same type field. Because there's nothing on the back of those things. Look, the light don't even come. The light just passes right there for a second. And it shines some kind of thing. Watch, it's just going to come over for a quick second. Right there. See, and it leaves. But it shines.
Right? It's playing peekaboo.
It shined the fucking right there, and it leaves. But it shines something on the top of that observatory. And then it comes back and it stays within these two realms. This darkness on the left-hand side and the darkness on the right-hand side. It stays right in that frame. And it just goes back and forth there. It doesn't go out of the frame on neither side.
And it's pretty bright too, because you can see the bottom of the observatory tower.
Yeah,
like you can see the bottom. You can see the ground and everything with it. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's why I show it. It's a little bigger, and you can see the light going back and forth.
Jesus
and it just
Christ.
stays in that little area. It doesn't expand out or anything. But then when it comes back this second time, it's like it checked it out. Okay, nobody around. We're coming back. We're going to open this door and bring up whatever the fuck we dropped down the first time. We need to get the homie.
Let me ask you a question. You got that little alien walks up on you. What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, he can't be no more than 3 feet tall. That one out where you saw the little head in the movie.
Personally, I really wouldn't know until I don't know. I just probably be stunned like, dang, because he gonna know what I'm thinking. He know what you know what I'm saying? He know I'm a motherfucker that talk about I knew you was here.
What if telepathically the alien said,
"We'll give you $10 million. Appreciate you staying through for
all right, Jank.
You did, man.
We got $10 million. Telepathically, the alien says we got $10 million if you just let us take your wife on the ship for an hour.
Say that again.
If the alien telepathically communicated with you, we got $10 million for you if you let us take your wife up on the ship for an hour. What's your response?
Why you keep putting me? I'm gonna run.
10 million, you gonna bring her back? 10 million? You promise you gonna bring her back for 10 million? Let me run it past real quick.
Let me holler at her for a second. 10 million. You know, they just gonna.
Listen, they promised they gonna drop you back off.
Yeah.
We'll get the 10 million.
See,
They
you
didn't
see
tell
what
me
he
what they
say.
was gonna do to you.
You see what he say. You know his wife watching fucker.
Listen, she got my phone number. She can text me and cuss me out on my phone and in the comments if she want to. It's
But
my big
see,
sister.
because I'd be more. Listen, I'd be more.
You need more than 10 million. I understand.
Nah,
Oh,
understand me. I think that they wouldn't. You know, I understand what you're saying. Would I pass another motherfucker off for 10 million because materially, that's a little more fucked up. Where you could take me and do because I'm free to go see what you niggas is talking about because
right.
I
Let's
believe in it.
trade. Give her the 10 million and take me, is what you
Yeah,
would say.
nigga, and let me go see what's going on because she don't believe in this shit. I believe you niggas is real. Just leave a bag. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? But the bag is here. That nigga
Crystal,
Sir Buck said,
Chris,
"Give me 1,000."
Crystal said Omar ain't invited to no more barbecues. Uncle Buck said, "Give me 1,000." After the arguments we heard with you and your girl, 1,000 sounds a little high.
And look, Archangel said they make fake money in space too.
They
Nigga
might
get
make fake money, and they
you
might
get
they
ten
might have a
thousand
totally
dollars
different
in
currency.
urine, but you know them niggas might see they might fancy gold more than we fancy gold because gold is more
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
useful than
We
than
take your wife for an hour, and we give you the secret to perpetual electricity for the rest of your life. We give you the secret to free electricity to give to the world, and you could charge everybody in the world.
that's still not gonna outlast me, nigga. I want you to give me some knowledge that's gonna keep a nigga living like you niggas is living. You see what I'm saying?
Electricity?
Listen though, if
Okay,
I'm
you want
56,
eternal life. You want eternal life.
yeah, nigga, take me, but you giving me if I had to leave my family for 5 or 6 years, nigga, you giving me basically eternal life. Or some kind of, you know, because money is just mere materialistic. You can give me the money, nigga, and you got the ability to kill me to fuck off 6 months after she come back.
So let me ask you
Nigga,
a
so the
question. So let me
money is
ask you a question.
wasteless,
So let me ask you a question. Is
right?
incontinence off the table? Like, are you saying eternal life, but you still got to wear depends, or you don't know depends? You want to
No,
be,
I
you want
wouldn't.
to be state like
Listen,
you are.
I wouldn't want to be. What was that? Benjamin. What was it?
Benjamin
Remember that
Button?
Benjamin Buttons, nigga? You know, no, you know what I'm saying. And so saying eternal life, I may have been wrong in misspeaking because I wouldn't want to live forever. Not in this fucked up ass. You know what I'm saying? I would.
Everybody would be gone, but you.
Yeah,
And
yeah, nigga. Nah,
who's gonna wipe your ass?
yeah.
That's what, you know what I'm
unless you,
saying?
hey,
You got to think about.
Benjamin
You got
Button.
to think
Hey,
about these things.
hey, unless you Benjamin Button and you stay the same age throughout. You remember they had that what was it called where dude used to transport to different decades. Um, it used to go through this like a portal or whatever. Um, what was the name of that movie? He was like transporting himself.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Teleportation.
Right.
Yeah, teleport themselves.
We say fucking with Omar Gould, Black Eye and Tamale Thursday, we'll know why.
No, she already know how I get down. I'll be the person with the black eye.
The government will
She
kill you
send a
before
kite
you're able
over
to
to
get a
my house.
patent for it, the free energy, Omar, aka Tesla. So yeah, he said they'll knock me down for trying to have that ability to try to take all the energy from them. So that's
See, but
hey,
that's the thing. Goog's not telling everybody. It's only gonna be so many people. Maybe the people that subscribe to the channel and been riding with us from day one, and some
Quantum
family
Leap.
members.
Kenneth Johnson, though, I was talking about Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
I
some
mean, we
cool
didn't
shit
have.
right there.
Okay, think about all the people who then went through with the cryogenic freezing. They don't know if it worked. They probably did anyway. And what if they decide cryogenic freezing done went out of style and it ain't nobody to unfreeze their ass?
Right.
So I would not trust anybody to freeze me and tell me they gonna wake me up. You know what I'm saying? In the year 2100, it's
See,
not happening.
that's the thing. Is what is my belief is that they already fucking around with us with that stealth. Just like we just showed that video of what the United States was doing with that new sixth generation
Right.
aircraft, and they were using stealth where they could just disappear. I think stealth is something that's real minute to them.
Right.
If they didn't
Absolutely.
want us to see them, they would not let us see them. The only reason is just like this video right here. This is in a stealth mode. The only reason we getting this is because this is a still camera sitting right there. That we getting this faction that this a door, and there's a picture on this observatory. We only getting it from that camera. If it was the human eye, they probably didn't even see it.
Well, of course.
Because
I
if
mean,
they had seen it,
stealth
if they
wouldn't
had
matter to
seen that
them.
thing,
Stealth is low visibility refraction from radar and from radars hitting angles on the plane, and the particular type of coating that they use on the plane as far as paint is concerned.
he said, what
But
if he took you to the land of utopia and asked, do you want to stay or you want to go back where you came from? Said utopia, tonic, oasis, stuff like that, forever milkshakes and stuff in space. Well, you
could
know,
do it.
but hey, but look, when they talk about the 12 people that left on that ship,
Yeah.
and only two died on the planet, and two wanted to stay, and 8 came home. The two on that wanted to stay, shit, they live. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They live for what they
Right.
want. They wasn't affecting nothing to come back. They probably didn't have nothing to look for back on this planet. You know, it's just like a person going in, like they said, I can't think of what, it was somewhere in the Bible where dude fell asleep for 14, 16 years or something, right? Woke
Okay.
up and everybody that he ever knew was gone. So he started talking about what the old school mother was like, that happened 1,000 years ago or 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So we never know what time takes from us if we go through a wormhole or do something like that.
Would you want to go to another planet though, really? With other inhabitants?
I that's 50-50. I don't know. How do you know?
Not
You
me.
don't know what's better.
Not me,
Listen,
man. No, not
but
me.
you
Let me
don't
tell you
know
why.
what's better.
Okay, let me tell you why. You know how some people's houses got a smell and they nose blind to it because they live there?
You going somewhere with
I'm not going to somebody's planet and it smells and they don't know that it smells because they stuck there, and I'm like, ugh, this shit stinks. Take me home. No, you stuck here now. We can't get you back. And I'm smelling, ain't no way.
But how do you know you don't go there after this? After this life? How do you
I
know
don't,
you don't go somewhere else?
energy doesn't die, it transfers.
Right.
So
So a
when
lot
the
of people
body goes, the spirit remains. or what keeps the body in motion remains. Sir, Uncle Buck, he tries it with me every time. I'm a 250-year-old runaway slave. Time bender.
You said you a time bender?
I think that's what he's trying to say. I mean, bender, of course, I don't think that there's an I.
So look, you asked
bender,
that
but
question. Hold on. You asked that question, so let's ask you the question. They want to take your wife for 6 months for 10 million. You going or she going?
please.
You said, please what?
See, let me tell you something. I don't think that they gonna lie to me. They could just kill me and take her.
True.
Why not just murk me and take her?
Right.
Now, here's where the fight starts. She ain't got no guarantee that it's still gonna be 10 million when she get back. And I ain't got no guarantee it's gonna be 10 million when I get back. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the 10 million? Who said 10 million? Man, them aliens, they gave us $75. Come on.
You say die once, live on Dolo. Yeah. All right. Ain't no telling. Like I said, that
I'm a 250-year-old runaway slave. This from the man who got Godzilla chained up in the basement. I don't understand. So, yeah, man, I can't even go into some people's houses. And then you got some people that got the nerve that make you take your shoes off to walk in their house. They got all the shoes lined up at the house, and they shit still stink.
Right. What's good with you, devil?
What's going on, Big Devil?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. He said, I thought Omar screen was about to go black. Here it goes, Sir
Brother
Uncle
Omar
Buck.
still think he got to carry a freed slave certificate. This nigga must have bought a fresh pack of bazooka bubble gum.
Yeah, salute, Omar. Yeah.
What's happening, partner?
Look, I wouldn't know.
Where's he getting these slave jokes from?
I just think some weird shit. Like I say, I don't know what's going on in Hawaii. I keep this stream going live. You know what I'm saying? And I record every few nights, and shit just be flying across the sky. All type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So
And
it's
we was
out there.
doing
We just
good
not
till
seeing
Uncle Buck came on and started talking shit. Boy, you need to dig in your ass and pick some cotton. Look, I had a wonderful night tonight. We gonna go see Nope together. I'm gonna make sure I'm in town to go check out Nope with you. If y'all want
that's gonna be. Hey,
we gonna take some beers in the big purses.
If it's gonna be black like it is, you know what I'm saying, with brothers seeing that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe more and more people gonna see it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Once they start looking up, or once the news affiliates get a little, you got more of the YouTube type where people talk about it on YouTube. Not very many, but a lot of people are exposing that the shit is out there.
Right.
They just ain't picking it up because they don't want to, the masses to even think that something like that is happening. That's
I mean, we our people don't take things seriously, and we don't listen very well. You know, Joe Biden said that he don't feel like black people should get reparations until Native Americans get reparations, and they've been getting checks for a long time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
Especially
mean, they done got broke off several times by the United States government, and we in 90 billion to the Ukraine. We in 90 billion to the Ukraine, and we ain't got reparations yet. Matter of fact, next bill collector to call my house, I'm gonna tell him, your money's in Ukraine. I sent it. It's over there. Go get it.
yeah, I
Ain't no
donated
way
to
in
you.
hell I'm gonna keep paying these bills, and they
I
sending
donated
money someplace else.
I donated to the Ukraine fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want your car note going over there and fuck with Putin? You know, that's
Right,
where,
right.
you know.
Because it ain't gonna stop how much money we gonna end up giving them. Because Putin don't seem like he planning on stopping no time soon. So when
His
that 90
economy
million,
recovered. His economy recovered. So I mean,
yeah,
what are you going? What do you do now? What's your next step? I don't think he's going to let off any nukes. I just think that, you know, when it comes down to once they try to figure out who's a part of these war crimes, you know, America's a trip. They saying that they not a part of the war. But if I give you a pistol to go shoot somebody, I'm catching a case too as an accessory because I gave you the pistol.
right,
So how is America not involved in the war?
true
If
that.
I gave you, if you was like, homie, I'm about to go murk this nigga, give me a pistol right now, I'm going to jail and they gonna ask me on the stand, did you know he was about to take this gun to go shoot this man? No. Then why'd you give him the gun if you didn't think he was going to go use it? So we in the war already.
Right, and I think that's what Putin was trying to say. Niggas need to y'all stay out of it, or it's gonna be consequences with y'all. You know what I'm saying? However, we got to be in everything. We got to have a hand in everything. You know what I'm saying? As the United States.
We are a revolving door of bullshit. You know, when we wasn't getting involved, Biden looked weak. He gonna have to go over there and do something. Oh,
Right.
don't give him that much money though. I mean, I don't know where um I don't know what the next move is, but I know they better figure out something because you got people living in trailers, your homelessness numbers are going up. You got brazen robberies happening in Los Angeles right now where people are hopping out of cars, running up on people. They not jacking the cars, but they stealing everything that the occupants of the car have and then hopping in their car and taking off. You got one group of kids that just ran a woman over in order to take her watch and jewelry. I mean, you got the Wild West going on right now, and it's because everybody's hurting. And while everybody's hurting, you sending money someplace that ain't got nothing to do with you. And then you sit up here and tell African Americans, we can't give you no reparations because everybody that had y'all as slaves is dead. You can't make me pay for something that somebody else did. Well, you doing that now, sending that 88 billion to Ukraine. You paying for something somebody else did.
And they definitely doing that. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't want to hear that, you know, your argument, they running out of arguments.
And then what's crazy is when we get those refugees that come from over there, we finna pay them more than what we paying motherfuckers as actual American citizens.
Absolutely. And
You
you
know
know,
what I'm saying?
Congress and the Senate and the president, they need to really sit down and consider 20-year term limits on these Supreme Court justices. Staying there until you die is not a good look because nobody's going to be able to take you off of the bench if you go senile.
Yep.
It's just
now what they doing with the female shit and is 90% men that's doing it. That shit is even more crazier.
I mean,
man, like
I make no bones about it. Abortion is a part of eugenics. Planned Parenthood is a part of eugenics. It was created to decrease the population of minorities. That's what abortion was for. But that was when it was created. The last thing we want are these little girls deciding because they scared to go in the bathroom with a coat hanger. The
Right.
last thing we want are little girls to not be safe. The last thing we want is a little girl that's already dealing with the fact that she got raped by somebody and she's afraid to tell her parents that she got raped. And now you forcing her into a situation where she has to have a child that looks like the individual that created the offense. And if you can't consider that, then consider this. How in the hell do you say you concerned about a life that begins at conception, but you ain't concerned about the baby that's crying hungry because you have put this country in a position where these people can't buy the goddamn Similac? So you want us to have a baby so the baby can suffer and can't get no food because you that concerned about the children? This is just the bottom line is there has to be some decisions made because this country is not running the way that they planned for it to run. And really what it is your bullshit is catching up to you. The bullshit of everybody's free, everybody is born and created equal, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but we got slaves. And when you don't deal with that dichotomy, eventually it's all going to blow up in your face because that is the true definition of hypocrisy. And now you got something that you got to deal with. And you got these little girls out here who have no faith in the system. You got little boys out here who have no faith in the system. And a dog that chases his tail will be dizzy. And as long as you turning around in circles, you're going to see it every day on the news in the middle of an intersection of somebody doing donuts in the middle of the street because they only doing a reflection of what their leadership is doing. They gonna do donuts because these fools in Washington, D.C. are doing donuts. They just spinning around and spinning around and spinning around and wasting gas.
Right. And see, look, it's just like the same people that don't want abortions to happen are the same people is telling people don't have so many babies. We're not finna pay money for the poor. If you can't raise your kid, don't have a kid. If you can't pay for your kid, don't have a kid. But then you telling the mama you have no choice but to have that kid because whatever happened, you was too young to have it. You know what I'm saying? You got raped or whatever. Shit doesn't make any sense. It's a difference between China and America, where they make them they can only have one or two kids. Well, we can have a whole bunch. If you can't handle them, you just gonna have to handle them because we're not gonna help you because we're not gonna give you no money. We'll give 90 billion over to Ukraine, but we ain't finna help the poor in our own country.
Exactly. Do you know what the problem is with ass injections? You niggas are spending too much time focusing on what's behind you. You can't see what's going on with what's in front of you.
Right.
Your whole focus is off. Man, we shouldn't be watching no NBA. We shouldn't be watching no Major League Baseball. We shouldn't watch any distraction right now and be laser focused. The reason why black people are at the bottom of the totem pole is because we cannot stay focused long enough for any meaningful legislation to occur in our favor. We gave reparations to the Japanese, and they was only locked up in Manzanar in the internment camp for 4 or 5 years. And they each survivor got $20,000. Not $20,000 per household, $20,000 per person. So if the mama was there, the daddy was there, the son was there, and the daughter was there, that's $80,000. And you wondering how they opening up liquor stores in your community.
Right.
The balance of power is so heavily weighed against you as people, taking it back to Kevin Samuels, that when you have somebody say, let's not look at this, let's focus on what we need to do as a people and make ourselves healthy. Let's focus on what we need to do as a people and make ourselves whole, because nobody's going to do that for us but us. And once we make ourselves whole, then we can go to the table and say, Now y'all got to pay us what you owe. But until then, we can't get nothing done because we worried about what happened to Dave Chappelle getting tackled. I feel bad about Dave Chappelle getting tackled. I really do. But that ain't feeding my goddamn kids. He can feed his kids at the end of the day. I mean, I know he's upset that they didn't charge the man with a felony. I can understand that. But we got a whole bunch of people who should be charged with felonies right now because half of Los Angeles is sleeping on Skid Row. You don't think Gavin Newsom should be considered criminally negligent? You don't think these elected officials should be considered criminally negligent? With all the homeless people that we have right now, with these kids committing these smashes and grabs right now, you focusing on what you injecting in your ass and what a man said about you need to lose some weight. But you ain't no fun. The homie can't have none. You can't be on both sides of the fence. We ain't gonna never get reparations until we sit down, focus, and say, this is what the plan is, and this is what we gonna do moving forward. If we can have a peace treaty in 92 and stop the banging, period, and come up with bylaws, period, we can move mountains. But we don't want to. And now we got space and time catching up. You got visitors from other planets and people worried about Dave Chappelle getting tackled. They just told you that you are not alone in the universe. That is supposed to be the biggest damn announcement in the history of mankind, the admission that you have vehicles from other worlds, and your government has told you that. We have recovered vehicles that are not of this earth.
Yeah, that's true, you know, and they're not going to say it because they so scared. Out of all the things that they say in them hires up about everything that could happen, a war, World War III, us killing, doing all this, the violence that go on in every neighborhood and all that, they ain't talking about nothing
No,
that's
you know
visiting
why?
us that we can't even handle. You know
Because
what
we
I'm saying?
conditioned. We so conditioned that if I do this,
Right.
half of the people in the comments said, just make it clap.
Yeah.
Just make it clap.
Right.
You heard it. I didn't have to keep doing it. I
And
didn't
that's
even have
what
to play the song.
that's how I think. Like Sir Uncle Buck, he says some smart shit every once in a while. There's 100 abandoned industrial building downtown. You can get my vote unless he put us first. But when he says 100 industrial buildings downtown empty, you mean to tell me you can't use one of them for the homeless? Skid Row is around a whole bunch of abandoned buildings. You don't even have the ability to put some money. We'll give 40 billion over to Ukraine. You ain't gonna put 100,000 to build up a building just to make a homeless shelter. You can make every one of them buildings a homeless shelter and get the homeless up off that street if that's what you wanted to do. You don't want to do that.
But you got your answers, right? You got your answer now that the sister from Black Lives Matter Los Angeles is the scapegoat. She bought a mansion. She threw parties in the mansion. She threw her son a birthday party. Black Lives Matter is a nonprofit. Right. So you mean to tell me the same way you buying them mansions, you can't buy one of them buildings and put black people in it that's homeless, Latino people that's homeless, anybody that's brown, anybody that's white, anybody that's homeless. You can't take them same nonprofits,
right? He says,
and purchase these buildings and put people up in it, but you can have a birthday party for your son,
right,
at a mansion.
Yeah. You could do that, man. We could get these home if they really wanted to do it. Listen, why do they keep as much poverty that we have, how in the same voice can you say we're the richest country in the world? Man, we got more poverty and more homeless people than the law allowed. That you can't say, man, let's just get this man 5, 10,000 man to get him an apartment. Like I say, you give him 40 or 50 billions to give weapons to protect somebody that's not in NATO. Decided, no, we don't want to fuck with y'all. We're gonna let it ride. But now they on your ass. Now you want to get with NATO. You want NATO's help. You know what I'm saying? That
But even
same
for
money
us,
went into any state.
even for us, all right, let's just break it down. You got on your light, I got on my light, you got on the TV, I got on the laptop, you got a laptop, we all got cell phones. Somebody's watching us right now on either a laptop, a cell phone, or a TV. You got your lights on or your lights off. Why are we, not, as Black people, not talking about buying stock in General Electric? Every house got at least one bathroom with a toilet in it. Why we not buying stock in Standard? Because everybody born is going to be born with an ass.
Right.
They will never stop making toilets. They'll make a bidet, but they ain't going to never stop making toilets. We don't have to think about buying stock in Google. We don't have to think about buying stock in Cadillac. What we need to think about is everybody who's watching us right now on YouTube is either doing it in something that's plugged in or something that got to be charged. So buy stock in the people that deal with electricity.
Right.
You got to wipe your
That
ass.
is
Paper.
smart. That is good thinking. You know what I mean?
You got to flush the toilets.
Right.
Your kid, if you have kids, is going to need pencils. We don't need to buy the stock in AT&T just to catch up. We don't have to think elaborate.
Right.
We don't have to think on the level of P. Diddy or somebody. We got to think basic goods and needs that not everybody's running on solar yet, and they probably not.
And you know, in the summertime come and usually gas prices go up. This year, oh, they're gonna go sky high.
Sky high.
Sky high. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's still gonna have to drive. Or you just ain't
There's
gonna be putting
no.
gas. But you're not
Listen,
gonna do it with $5. You're not finna get very much like you used to get back in the day, putting $5 in your tank or $10. Shit, you gonna get to a point where $10 ain't gonna mean shit. Because right now it's going up to
nothing.
$6 a gallon.
It's nothing. You know, here's the tragedy and casualties of war is death. But they ain't got to pay no bill.
Right.
I'm sorry that they throwing people in mass graves. But if you Christian, you in the upper room now.
Right.
We sitting up here talking about you can't buy olives was $1, now they $1.75.
Mm-hmm.
You can't buy lettuce. And then if you get lettuce, you got to check to see if it got salmonella. And why you got to check to see if it got salmonella? Because these people who own the farms do not put running water in toilets out there for the farm hands. So think about it. When the farm hand is picking your lettuce and they go pee, where they going?
Right.
And where they washing their hands? And then they lie to you and say, well, if we put a toilet out there and if we put running water out there for them to wash their hands and flush the toilet, then your lettuce is going to be $14. No, it's not. That's not what you do. If you really have a problem, you take everybody that's unemployed, that's on unemployment, and you give them the option to go work out there. And you pay them the $14 an hour. And then your lettuce don't have to be $14 because you boosting the economy by lowering your unemployment. There's an
Right.
answer to everything. But when you sit up here and say, oh, well, we can't have running water and we can't have toilets for these individuals that are out there from 4 o'clock in the morning, you see them in Arizona, 4 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, pulling lettuce and carrots and tomatoes and everything else till they back breaks and they sweating and there's no outhouses.
Right.
Where
We,
you pissing and what you pissing on?
yeah, they giving us what they can
Organic
give.
my ass.
That's a good one. Organic my ass. For
You know,
real.
you know what I'm saying? Because you piss on the weed plant to make it grow. Everybody know that.
Right.
You want to raise that pH? Sorry, I don't smoke.
They're crazy.
But
Most
it's
definitely.
simple answers to this shit. But they need you
Yeah.
to be unemployed because if you are unemployed, then you begin to covet. When you got a job and you got income coming in, you ain't worried about splurging on them $150 Nikes because you know that you have the money next week to get them. You'll have the money the week after that to get them. You only want them Nikes because you can't get them.
Right.
And we are in a perpetual piece of shit right now. That anybody that tries to tell you about you and how to get your shit straight gets attacked immediately and they end up dead. We don't know if he was on Viagra. We don't know if it was Red Bull. We don't know if somebody slipped him some fentanyl.
You can guys talk very tough and always ask for help and get it. What you call that? That you
Yeah,
cream.
he does talk. He does talk tough and ask for help. But he's
Who
an
is that?
actor.
Who
Ukraine,
was
the
cream?
president of Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
Listen, here's the thing. You want to know who else was an actor? Ronald Reagan.
Yep. Yeah.
And he's the person who started the destabilization in Eastern Europe.
Clear entertainment for
Mr.
them.
Gorbachev tear down that wall. Remember, they couldn't even wear Levi's in the USSR. You ain't wearing no blue jeans over here.
Right.
That's a symbol of capitalism.
Right. KCL says something.
We never give up.
We just give it real, deal with it, motherfuckers.
I mean, I agree with you, but here's the stupidity of the thing of your leaders. We want to build a wall to keep Mexicans out, built by Mexicans.
Yeah. That's what they wanted to do.
But the
And they
contract,
pay for it. And for them to pay for it.
is owned by white people you ain't gonna never see. And what
Right.
DJ Quick tell us? If it don't make dollars,
It don't make sense.
don't make sense.
Right.
So we probably got our interplanetary, interdimensional cousins coming to us talking about, man, we could fix all this for you. Don't you want all of this to end? No.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, our dollar, which ain't worth a damn, the understanding of the dollar. The dollar is nothing once you decide in your mind that it's meaningless. You want to know how I know the dollar is meaningless? You want to know how you know cryptocurrency is kicking everybody's ass? Because if you Zelle somebody $100 from your account at Wells Fargo to their account at Bank of America, does Wells Fargo drive $100 bill to Bank of America?
Nope.
Do you think that money actually go from one bank to another?
Electronically sent.
Wait a minute. Electronic my ass. You can't electronically send $1 to somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
I
get
know
what
what you're saying. I know what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Right, right. It seems like it's electronically being sent, but it ain't.
Cash
We
App?
just
Are
using our
you
money
really?
from our bank to tell your bank use your money to pay this
That's
motherfucker. You got
monopoly money.
yeah,
It's insurance. Hey man, you got $100 for this other broke nigga? Yeah, I got it. Okay, well put it on my tab and we'll say
right.
it's theirs and deduct it from their shit.
He said,
But
"Oh,
nobody is nobody is actually actively driving $100 bill from Wells Fargo to
Bank of America."
Bank of America
Right.
because you sent it through your cell phone. That $100 don't exist.
Mm, that's something to think about. It's definitely something to think about.
This shit is not real.
So that's why you think cryptocurrency is blowing up so big?
Once they figured out, oh, Cash App ain't nothing. Once you figure out wire transfers, which they've been doing for years, it's actually nothing going to another system of nothing, then hell. Goddamn, the gold coins on Super Mario Brothers just as important.
Oh, that's a good one to think about.
Bling, 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 bling.
Yep, that's a good one to think about. And nobody,
It's the same thing, just on a digital platform.
right?
Anybody
As he
want some
said,
Mario Brother coins? I got
yeah,
a couple mushrooms I smashed too. And what the hell we just like Mario, we keep hitting our head on that brick ass wall.
that is crazy to think about that. That we are, when we do send it like that, it's not really getting. It's just one bank saying, "Okay, I agree to pay this nigga for you, and the nigga you
What are
reimburse
we
me
in the
back."
matrix, bro?
Yeah,
We
right,
there already. Hey man,
right.
I didn't see the money hit my cash. I'm all about cash dollars, man. I ain't seen the money hit my account yet. Well, even when you see the money hit your account, the money ain't actually hit your account.
Yeah,
It is our, as CB just said, it is our willingness to participate in the thing that makes the thing important.
right. I will put your comment up there, Sir Uncle Buck, but you said y'all president. I ain't voted. So I'll put it up in respectfully. Y'all president too old. He think MLK still marching. Well, you must have wanted still Trump to be in there. You know what I'm saying? So the lesser of the two evils is who we got. And the motherfucker that was in
I
there
don't know.
before
I don't
him,
know if it's the lesser of two evils.
shit.
I think it's a translation. What's the difference between Satan and the devil?
Yeah, I can't,
Just the
I don't know
name,
what to tell you.
still the same.
Anybody that hey, we just got to go off what they say once they get in that
Right.
position. You know what I mean? We have no control over it, no way, no how. You can say my vote count or whatever, but right now, with the way the Republicans going, nigga, y'all vote ain't counting because what they gonna do is they going in each state and they binding that shit down to make what they call that they turning the districts Republican. Whether it was a Democratic district, they cutting certain shit off.
Gerrymandering,
Gerrymandering, there you go. I
what it's
couldn't get the
called.
word out. They gerrymandering all over the United States so they can build up and get what they want to get. And it's nothing that we're gonna be able to do. You know?
Cowboy, the point he said your point was broad and he doesn't understand what my end game is. The point is that unemployment is artificial because there are jobs for people to have. Your unemployment numbers go up and down based on popularity is not true because there are jobs to be had.
Right. And they building more and more. I see people building all over this. Man,
Yeah.
it's all type of shit. If you in the construction business, oh, you getting paid because it's construction going up all over the place. You know what I mean? You just look around, you see shit building, somebody working. You know what I mean? And once they build that building,
Right.
they're gonna need workers to fill that building.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people just ain't don't want to work. I mean, that's what it is. I just know in a minute, I don't know when it is, but if they shutting down Taiwan the way they are and all China and doing all that shit, something they know that we don't know. Because if you telling me a communist country ain't had all they peoples in that country vaccinated, made them vaccinated because it's a communist country, and they still gotta lock them niggas down, something ain't right. I don't know.
Listen, I'm telling you, man. When my dad went to China with my mom, um, they asked him for his watch. Now, at that time in the '90s, when I don't know if it's still the same, but at that time in the '90s, when they went to China, they had to take 2 suitcases of water bottles because you couldn't drink the water and you couldn't take a bath in the water, and that was in the 4-star hotel that they were staying in. They had to use the water bottles to run a bath to make a bath, and they
Yeah.
asked my father for his watch. My dad had a Rolex. They asked him for his watch. He handed them his watch. They said, "Give us an hour and a half. Come back to the factory. We want to show you why we beat America." My dad gave him the watch. An hour and a half later, he came back. The watch was reproduced because they don't take lunches where they leave. They eat the lunch at the desk.
Wow.
They break is not leaving they desk.
No. Yeah, they getting
So
that
they can
business.
produce that Rolex in an hour and a half, and they probably could have made 10,000 of them. But the man's point was, this is why we beat you.
Right.
And that's where we at right now.
So don't you think they know it a little bit more if they was already wearing masks before we were wearing masks? They wearing masks now, but they still locked down. And if it started from over there, eventually it's coming back over here, and they
Oh, they
know
was,
it's
but remember, if you went to Disneyland or if you went to Knott's Berry Farm or if you went anywhere in the '90s and you went past a group of tourists from China, they had cameras around their necks and they had masks on their face, and everybody was like, "Why do these people have masks on their face?" They knew something then.
right, right.
None of this is new. It is what it is.
Yeah, well, that what Archangel was saying, that frequency and sound. Remember that shit happened in Cuba, where them United States people were in that building. They kept having headaches and all that, and found out there was some kind of frequency or something going through that building on them.
Well,
That was
that's
fucking
that's
with them.
that's television imaging happens at the same rate of speed as your brain frequency, your brain waves. I want to say it's your beta waves. So if you were to take an old video camera, and point it at your TV and record something, you'll see the lines
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the camera can't keep up with the imaging on the television. So the reason why you seeing the lines, but you can't see them when you move the camera out the way and you looking directly at the TV is because the imaging is made to match your brain waves, which means television programming is real. You can zone out, go into your subconscious, snap
yeah.
out of it, and want to go to Carl's Jr. and don't know why, but you done seen 3 Carl's Jr. commercials and didn't even know that you watched it. And this is
Right.
why they play Carl's Jr. commercials during the football game, fast food commercials during the football game, and they play soap and dishwashing detergent commercials during soap operas.
Right.
That's why it's called a target audience. So
Gotcha.
it's not television, it's television programming for a reason.
Interesting there, Omar. Interesting. But
And this
I've
is where
heard
you at.
that it's just like some people can go to sleep, like they'll play rain on the TV. Now they got the rain app where you can play the rain directly on it. And you just listening to rain just dropping. You know what I mean? It's not
You
dropping at any other different tone, but something to get your mental. I can go to sleep now with the TV on and listen, but I know in my dreams I'm probably coherent
Process.
to what's on the TV. You see what I'm saying? So my dreams may affect exactly what I'm hearing coming out of TV while I'm sleeping.
Right.
And really don't know that because I don't wake up and just write down everything I dreamed about. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we
Exactly right.
forget what we dreamed about because we don't wake up and just write it down. If we did,
No.
you probably get a whole bunch of shit in society like, damn, my mind was thinking this here while I was
And you
asleep.
got to
Because
remember,
our brain don't sleep.
it doesn't. And you got to
Until
remember,
it's knocked down, until you knock a nigga down, your brain don't sleep. Whether you might have to rest it, your brain is still doing something. It's still going places that you ain't thinking about. It's going doing seeing different shit. You getting visions. That's why you getting visions while you sleep. You
and the
know?
worst thing that could have happened to us was Nextel's push technology. I'm sorry, BlackBerry's push technology. When BlackBerry's push technology came out, people's sleep was disrupted. But you could turn it off. You could go into your BlackBerry and say, "I'm turning this off." But now it's an elaborate thing to turn off all the notifications on your phone. By right when you go to sleep, good, bing,
Right.
something done happened. It's an earthquake somewhere. Something done caught fire. Some people done got shot. It's they're intentionally disrupting your sleep cycle. You have to literally turn your phone completely off
Right. Or
and
sleep
risk
without your phone.
missing your alarm.
You know what I'm saying? Me myself, I leave my phone out here. I don't sleep with my phone at all. Whatever happens when I go to sleep, nigga, I catch it in the morning. You called me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I didn't see that. I was sleeping. My phone wasn't near me to wake me up or blink me or do all that.
For your
You know
peace
what
of
I'm saying?
mind.
Because
For
I,
your
I done
peace of
got
mind.
older where my alarm clock is my mind.
Right.
When it gets around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, my mind says, man, it's time for you to wake up. Whether I take a power nap during the day, 6:30 or 7 o'clock, it's my mind saying, you need to get up. It'll wake up. I might not get out the bed, but I know for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to roll around. At 7 o'clock, I look back up. Damn, it's 7:10. Roll around, think I'm sleeping again, wake back up. Damn, it's 7:20. Oh, okay. You know what? It's time for me to get the fuck up. Because my body is no use me trying to sleep. Because I'm thinking I'm sleeping long, but I ain't sleeping 10, but 5 or 10 minutes in actuality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, I got a kid looking at me. She wants me to go take her to get some food.
And it's been three and
So
a
I
half
gotta go
hours.
do that, or I will not hear the end of it. I love
I
y'all.
I see you good. Hey,
And I'll holler at you
Thursday we'll
Thursday.
be we'll be back on, man. Another subject, another topic.
All right.
Appreciate everybody that stopped through, man. I appreciate you stopping through on me and blessing the platform on, nigga. Omar Bradley Jr. Handle your business, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, for sure.
All
Holler
right,
at you.
peace. Hey, appreciate all y'all stopping through, man. This has been the Goob Show. Love all the people that stayed in and welcomed and listened to our topics and all that. You know, shout out to all my homies, South with it, Hate Gang with it, my baby. Free my nigga Yahoo, Big D Capone, my nigga Huff, Lil Dre, Dead Eye Tim, all the rest of the homies that's locked up. Peace. My brothers, check me out on Thursday night. Check us out. I'll holler at y'all.